You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from PNG Field here in Altoona. We're getting set for the third game in this six-game series between the Altoona Curve and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatis with you from Altoona, Pennsylvania. And while it is a bit of a soggy day today, we have already pushed back the scheduled start time for today's game from 6 o'clock to 6:15. It looks like we might be starting at the very least at 6:15. I'd say, if I'm putting money on it, maybe closer towards 6:20. Altoona actually hasn't had anyone out to warm up on the field just yet. They have been prepping the field for about the last half hour, and they've still got the tarp folded up out in right field, have not actually rolled it up just yet. It looks like they are about to start rolling it up, however. We were originally supposed to have a heavy cell of rain over top of us pretty much now, if you looked at the radar only about an hour ago. But those mountains around this ballpark, they can really play tricks on you, especially if you're trying to focus on the radar. But for now, it looks like Bowie might be able to run in a little bit cooler temperatures today, see if they can keep their bats hot, however. Because it's been all offense lately for the Baysox. 4 consecutive games for Bowie with at least 10 hits across their current 4-game winning streak. Bowie hadn't had 10 hits in back-to-back games all season, and now they've done it in 4 consecutive games. They're making the most of this big outfield, hitting it left to right all over the place, and in comparison, Bowie's pitching, they've been working against this big outfield. They haven't really been letting up too much. All the hits that they've been allowing haven't really been a lot of line drive base hits. They have given up just a couple of extra base hits, but nothing really more than just a single through the gap on the infield, and that would be about it. Bowie pitching has worked 6 double plays over these last 2 games. That's what's been part of the great shift. They've been working with plenty of off-speed stuff down low in the zone. Garrett Stallings is getting the start today for Bowie. Hopefully he can continue that trend and hopefully work long into the day as well. Getting you set up for this one, Bowie comes into game number 46 on the season with an 18-27 record, a 4-game winning streak, one shy of tying their season's long. The Baysox are 4-6 over their last 10, and 7-12 when playing on the road from Prince George's Stadium. Altoona comes in for game number 48 on the season, a 22-25 mark and a 4-game losing streak. The Curve are 5-5 over their last 10, and just 11-12 when playing in front of the home crowd here at PNG Field. Bowie is 8.5 games out of first place entering play today. They're 6th overall in the 6-team Southwest Division. Next closest team to them is the Harrisburg Senators, who Bowie will visit after this week. Harrisburg on the season is 19-27. Check that, 20-26. I was looking at the wrong division. The Senators are 7 games out, so Bowie is only 1.5 games out from the team ahead of them, Harrisburg in 5th. Altoona is 5.5 games out of first place at the moment. They're in 4th overall in the Southwest Division, so a game and a half ahead of the Senators in 5th, but they still trail the Richmond Flying Squirrels by 3.5 games. Richmond is in 3rd place. Erie, the Seawolves, have been playing well lately after taking 4 of 6 from Bowie last week. They trail the Akron Rubber Ducks by just 1/2 game. Akron is supposed to be playing a doubleheader today with Richmond. We'll see how that one goes, and we'll keep an eye on the Eastern League scores. I think there's supposed to be 3 doubleheaders between today and tomorrow. It was a rainy day across the EL yesterday. And it was a rainy day today, but like I said, those mountains have actually cleared up and cleared up some of the clouds that have come through and set us up for what could be a reasonable day of baseball. Let's get you introduced to the starting pitching matchup for today's game. While it will be Will Kobos picking up the nod for Altoona, he's taking on an opener's role, so he won't really be in for too long for the Curve. Kobos comes into today with a 2-0 record, 9 appearances, all in relief. He's earned a 3.60 ERA in just 10 innings, 12 strikeouts, 11 walks, has not allowed a home run. So far, he does have starting experience in his career, but this is going to be his first start since the 2019 season. He's been used exclusively as a reliever since the start of the pandemic. George Washington alum has not allowed a run to cross home in 5 consecutive appearances, and Bowie will probably not get too much time to try and attack him today, because I imagine it's going to be 2 innings at the most for Will Kobos. After Kobos, it will be Omar Cruz. The left-hander was the originally scheduled starter for today's game, but the opener in Kobos is what should set Cruz up to face the lineup maybe 2.5, maybe even 3 times through, while taking a different portion of them and avoiding that heavy-hitting top 4 for Bowie between Westberg, Henderson, Haskin, and Prieto. But Cruz has been a very good story. He was traded to the Pirates in the Joe Musgrove deal in 2020 and put together strong numbers with Altoona in 2021, part of their rotation. But this season, he'd been suffering after what was a great opening on the back end of a piggyback role. He worked a 1.46 ERA over his first 4 appearances, all in relief as a piggybacker. His 6 appearances since, though, for Cruz, he's allowed 19 earned runs in 24 total innings with 6 home runs overall. Cruz, he's got a fastball curveball mix. It's a very primary attack with an overhead curve that hits around the high 70s, and that's going to be something that Bowie really needs to pick up today. If they can hold on to it early on, then hopefully they can keep that offensive momentum going, because Bowie has slowed things down as their games have gone on over this series. On the other side, it'll be Garrett Stallings getting the nod for Bowie. There's something about Stallings and just playing in the rain. His last start was a rain-shortened complete game. 8 games, all starts for Stallings this year, a 2-3 record with a 4.26 ERA. 39 strikeouts with 10 walks and 38 innings of work. But it's been the home run for him right now and the contact overall. That was his biggest issue in his last start. Gave up a season-high 8 hits and tied a career high with 3 home runs allowed versus Erie in his only appearance against the Seawolves on that 6-game set. But it was a rain-shortened complete game, and that actually gave a bit of a boost to Bowie's pitching staff wholesale because it gave the entire bullpen a full day of rest as Stallings took all 5 innings. But again, he did get hit for a lot of contact. We've been seeing Bowie's pitching staff as a team all series work on the bottom of the zone, especially working with the off-speed stuff. The top half of the Altoona lineup has actually been having a tough time picking up the off-speed so far this series. We'll have to see if Stallings keeps his slider up, as he did a little bit in that Erie outing, or if he tries for swings and misses, maybe low, and especially out of the zone. I really think that's going to be the best possible scenario for Garrett Stallings to come away with a good outing. Hopefully even maybe a quality start to make it what would be 5 in a row for the Baysox as they continue on with this series. Again, we are starting to see some blue sky peek through the broken up clouds that have formed here at PNG Field. While it was raining, the tarp is off, it's rolled up and covered, and the curve are now stretching on the field. The Baysox doing the same. We've got an anticipated first pitch of 6:15, but at this point, I still don't necessarily see that happening. We'll just see and follow along as the evening progresses. But for now, we've got to take our first break here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. When we come back, we catch up with catcher Cody Roberts. He had a big double last night, and while he is a catcher, he played right field last night and played well over there. It was his first game in the outfield this season. Does have some outfield experience and gives us some great insight of his work behind the dish. Cody Roberts, our guest next. We're back after this. You're listening to the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, and it's Baysox Baseball.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Well, it's a busy day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 17th. Princesses and Pirates Day at the ballpark. Don your shiniest crown, wear your fanciest slippers or your peg leg and your eye patch as Prince George's Stadium transforms into a fun fairy tale castle and a swashbuckling ballpark. It's also Louie's birthday bash. Many of Louie's mascot friends will be on hand to celebrate what should be just a fantastic day at Prince George's Stadium. That's Sunday, July 17th, so get your tickets now at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We're back into the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, getting set for Game 3 in this 6-game set between Bowie and Altoona. Joined now by catcher Cody Roberts. Had a big double last night, played his first game in the outfield with Bowie, put together a couple of good throws and some great catches out there and right. What was it like having to fill in on that role? Obviously, you have outfield experience from your time at UNC and a little bit of time in the professional ranks, but what were you feeling when you were roaming that outfield? It's a pretty big outfield here in Altoona.
Yeah, it definitely is a really big outfield, and I've tried to get as many reps as possible in BP every day, just shagging and stuff, and like you said, I had some experience in the past, so I felt comfortable, but I will say, once it got dark, it's been a while since I've seen a pop-up at night, so that was really the only thing, but I felt good out there and was just trying to do everything I could to help the team win there.
You saw the ball well, too. Picked up that RBI double, wasted over the left center field wall. What's been working well for you at the plate lately?
I just kind of picking up on little cues of the way they're pitching me. That first at-bat, he struck me out with a really good changeup. The second at-bat, he went changeup away first pitch. and then the ball ended up hit was a changeup. So just kind of taking those little mental cues as I'm going along, seeing what they're using to try to put me out, and just knowing that going into each at bat, like he's obviously trying to go to the changeup here. That's his best pitch. So he kind of hung that one over the plate and got a good swing off.
Again, here with Cody Roberts on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. You and I were chatting about this a little bit the other day after you had returned from the brief stint with the taxi squad for Baltimore while you were up in Boston. Just tell us more in depth. What was that experience like? I know you said you were anxious to get back and actually playing every day as well.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool experience. I'm glad they were able to have me up there. Basically, you just do everything that the team does, and then during the games, I got to be in the bullpen and warm up guys, which is really cool because last year when I was up there, because of COVID, I had to leave for the games. So it's just really good to get acclimated to those type of guys, be around them, kind of just keep your mouth shut and watch stuff, honestly, and just kind of see how they go about their business. And I think like that experience alone, just you can bring it back here and share it with other people as well, but also just learn like what it takes to be a big leaguer and just go about your business the right way.
When you're working behind the dish here in Bowie, what goes into maybe trying to call for a good put-down pitch? Do you tailor it a lot to the pitcher that's specifically on the mound, or maybe more so to the batter that's at the plate?
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of both. One thing we like to do is always pitch our strengths to their weaknesses. So we don't want to just throw any pitch just because they have a hole in their swing or something like that. We're always trying to do our best on the mound. So, but yeah, it goes back to a little bit like I said about hitting. We're watching the stuff that their hitters are doing pitch by pitch, at bat by at bat. Are they struggling with off speed? Are they struggling with high heaters? Stuff like that. So we're just constantly trying to keep them off guard and not be too predictable.
I ask this a lot of pitchers, but as a catcher, you work with the pitchers so often that it might it's pretty relevant for you too. If there's a pitcher on this team that you had to step into the box and face, who would you least like to face off against? The common answer a lot of times has been Nolan Hoffman because of the sidearm delivery.
Yeah, actually, I faced Hoffman in spring training. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable, needless to say. I've had some good battles with Rom, too, just because he can drop down a little bit also, and lefty throws a bunch of different pitches. I'd probably go with Rom just because he kind of has my number over the last couple of years.
Is it maybe difficult at points, or is it easier to work with Drew Rom as the catcher because he has such a diverse and deep offering?
Yeah, he definitely has a diverse offering there. And I've caught him the last few years, so we have a pretty good chemistry over those few years. But yeah, it can be a little difficult at times just because he's got so much to offer. You don't want to just you do want to use every pitch, but you also don't. You know what I mean? You don't want to show all the hitters everything that he has, especially before 2 strikes. So sometimes it can be difficult, but when he's on, I mean, every single pitch plays up, and it's really easy to call games when he's on.
As we get ready to wrap things up here with Cody Roberts on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, remind me, I think it was you we were just kind of catching up in the clubhouse the other day. Were you on the Lego Star Wars kick with some of the other folks in the clubhouse?
Yes, and I just beat the game last night.
You did? Okay, fantastic. Yeah. Now, you went 100%. Was it 100% or just through the 9 movies? 100%
through the 9 movies. I haven't done all the little side missions and stuff yet, but I'm sure I'll finish that before the end of the series.
Fantastic stuff. And then the routine question I ask for everyone on the road trip, end of the day, back to the hotel, you put on the TV or your streaming service, what's the go-to show to end the night?
Right now, I'm rooming with Adam Hall, and he's got Stranger Things going. I haven't watched any of the first 3 seasons, but I am locked in on this one. So I don't know really what's going on, but it's pretty good. So
I'm already blanking on who we interviewed yesterday. I think it was Denoyer, and he said the same thing. He'd already finished it. So I guess that's something to chat about around the clubhouse. Cody, thank you so much for the time, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Cody Roberts here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We'll step aside, be back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the D.C. area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Back to Altoona here as we continue with the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. Matt Sabatis with you as we are still looking at hopefully a 6:15 first pitch. Just a brief delay in the start on this one. They were cautious when it came to prepping the field, making sure that they didn't do too much too fast, while at the same time watching the radar as some of the clouds came through across the mountains. And while there is a potential cell that is approaching still, that was what we were saying about 2 hours ago, and the mountains broke it up. So we're still kind of up in the air on how today might play out. It's really tough to even just play the percentages if this game might see a little bit of wetness as the evening progresses. But as the Curve prepare to take the field, donned in special Mountain City uniforms. We'll tell you more about those in a little bit, but they're a very nice emerald green. We'll step aside one final time here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, and when we return, we'll get your first pitch and all the play-by-play. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from PNG Field here in Altoona. It's Game 3 of this 6-game series between the Altoona Curve and your Bowie Baysox. Matt Sabatis with you from the ballpark in Pennsylvania. And as Will Kobos warms on the mound for the Curve, the starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at second base, you've got Jordan Westberg, followed by Gunnar Henderson at shortstop, batting second. Hudson Askin in center field bats third. Cesar Prieto at third base, fourth. Adam Hall is the designated hitter, batting fifth. Maverick Henley, the catcher, bats sixth. J.D. Mundy at first base bats 7th, Christopher Cespedes in left field 8th, and Davis Tavares is in right field batting 9th. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Calvin Christensen, video coordinator, Lindsey Birchfield, athletic trainer. Bowie is 18-27 on the season, a 4-game winning streak, 4-6 over their last 10, and 7-12 on the road. 8.5 games out of first place in the Southwest Division, 6th overall out of 6 teams. The Baysox once more: Jordan Westberg, Gunnar Henderson, Hudson Haskin, Cesar Prieto, Adam Hall, Maverick Handley, J.D. Mundy, Christopher Cespedes, and Davis Tavares, all to face off against Will Kobos on the mound. PNG Field here in Altoona, 325 feet down the line to both left and right field. It's 405 feet to straightaway center field and 385 feet to the alleys in both left and right. It was a very rainy afternoon here in Altoona, but fortunately the mountains have broken up just about every cloud hanging overhead. Dried things up. The grounds crew did an excellent job at making sure the field drained properly, setting it up, painting it, and it's got us ready to go as Jordan Westberg digs in, as the right-hander Kobos kicks and deals the first pitch, and it's swung on and missed low, a fastball. 0-1 to start, and we're underway at 6:17 p.m. on a 71-degree cloudy day here at PNG Field in Altoona. Officially a 17-minute delay to the start of the game. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Westberg. Swinging a bouncing ball left side. A couple hops and it hits off the grass underneath the glove of Jared Triolo into left field. That one could go either way because it was such a routine kind of play that Triolo should make, but the way it hit off of the edge of the grass toward the infield dirt, it took a funky bounce on the angle, and it looks like Triolo didn't even make glove contact on it. So it'll be a base hit for Westberg after losing out on his 6-game hit streak last night. He opens up a new one here in the top of the first inning, so he's got hits in 7 of his last 8. Now on to Gunnar Henderson with runner at first and nobody out. Righty on lefty, and the first pitch from Kobos is lined foul, left side out of play. It's 0-1. Henderson, a .310 average this season with a .1013 OPS after consecutive 3-hit days for the Baysox. That OPS is all the way up to 2nd in the Eastern League. 44 games played, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 7 homers, 32 runs driven in. Next pitch, swing and a miss, high fastball, and the count quickly to 0-2. But Henderson had a couple of runs driven in yesterday, as well as a double. He's driven in 2 runs in both games in this series so far. Kobos drops to the waist and fires the 0-2. Henderson watches fastball miss up and away, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Again, it's set to be an opener scenario for Altoona today. Originally scheduled starter Omar Cruz is still set to pitch, but probably not until either the 2nd or 3rd inning. Here's the 1-2. Henderson watches curveball. I'm not sure where that one might have missed. A little bit up and inside, maybe. But on the TrackMan readout, that one looked to be dead set on the corner, what should have gone for a called strike 3. But Henderson stays alive for another one. This will be a 2-2 pitch. On its way, Henderson flares it into shallow right field, and it's down for a base hit. Jordan Westberg just had to stutter his way up the line to second base, unsure of if that one was going to get down or not, and it finally did, so he sprints into the bag and gets there just standing. But it's another single for Henderson, and he's got a 3-game hit streak under his belt right now. He's got 4 hits in his last 5 at-bats. Now it goes on to Hudson Haskin. First and second, still nobody out here in the top of the first inning, a scoreless game as Bowie tries to make it 5 consecutive wins. They're already picking up where they've been running with it. When it comes to just that quick contact, Bowie's collected 10 hits in 4 consecutive games. First pitch to Haskin, right-hander squares, pulls back, and it's a fastball that misses down. Count opens up at 1-0. Well, Hudson has always been the kind to go after the first pitch, usually swinging, and he's usually the kind to show bunt on first pitch from time to time. Doesn't usually make contact, though. The 1-0. Flared foul behind the screen, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. .270 average for Huddy this year, an .844 OPS in 40 games played, 8 doubles, no triples, 7 homers, 23 runs driven in. Back-to-back singles to open the game for Bowie as the 1-1 is checked on. A fastball just misses high. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Haskin. Next one, he squares and punches it over to the third baseman, picked by Alvarez and sidearm to first. It does beat Haskin by a step, but it's a successful sacrifice, going 5-3. Henderson and Westberg each advance 1 base, both now in scoring position. Let's get you that defensive alignment for Altoona now that we're 1 out into this game. Matt Frazier, Lolo Sanchez, Matt Gorski from left to right in the outfield. Alvarez at third, Triolo at short, Peguero at second, and Brent Sitta at first. Here's Cesar Prieto. First pitch to the left-hander, misses inside. Curveball starts us out at 1-0. Blake Sable does the catching behind the screen, or behind the dish, rather. If he was behind the screen, that'd be one heck of a catcher for Will Cobos on the mound. Right-hander sends the next home to Prieto, and it's lined out toward the gap in right center. This one is off the glove of a diving Matt Gorski and will score Westberg. It's picked by the center fielder. Great recovery by Lolo Sanchez, holding it to just 1 run. But it's an RBI single for Cesar Prieto. He's got hits in 5 consecutive games now, and the Baysox have struck first for the 3rd straight game in this series. It's 1-0. Believe it or not, that is the first RBI for Cesar Prieto since joining the Baysox. While he is already hitting well above 300 at this point, isn't striking out much, making plenty of contact. That's just the first time he's been able to get a key hit with runners on base. But now the Baysox have a 1-0 lead. Double play could end the inning, but there is still a runner at third. First pitch to Adam Hall. Fouled off, back to the screen. Breaking ball starts it out at 0-1. Will Cobos, a 6'2", 180-pound right-hander, 24 years of age, from Charlotte, North Carolina. He's familiar with the D.C. area, went to school at George Washington. Pirates picked him up in the 19th round of the 2018 draft from that school. Spent all season with Altoona so far, all in the bullpen. Here's the 0-1. Hall takes fastball that just nicks the inside edge. Count goes quickly to 0-2. Adam Hall on the season, a .291 average with a .729 OPS, 5 doubles, no triples, no homers, 6 runs driven in. First and third, 1 away here in the top of the first inning. Bowie already ahead 1-0. Here's the 0-2. Check swing called strike 3. That fastball nailed the lower inside corner. 3 pitches, and Cobos picks up his first strikeout. It's backwards. Umpiring crew for today's game, Tom Chernisky is at third base. Ja-Young Kim is at first, and the crew chief, Tom Fornarola, calls the balls and strikes behind home plate. Here's Maverick Handley. First pitch home. Handley watches a called strike. Fastball at 95 hits the outside edge, and it's 0-1. 226 average for Handley this season, a 685 OPS. 4 doubles, no triples. 2 homers, 12 driven in 26 games played. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses away, and the count goes even to ball and a strike. Handley has been behind the dish now for 5 of the last 6 games for Bowie. And it hasn't affected his offense at all. He's riding a 9-game on-base streak. Pickoff throw back to first. Prieto takes a wide step back in. Doesn't bother to slide. We'll wait on the 1-1. With Altoona this season, Will Cobos has gone 2-0 in his relief outings. A 3.60 ERA. That's 4 earned in 10 innings. 11 walks, 12 strikeouts. 1-1. Handley takes a late hack at a fastball up and away. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Bowie already 3 hits in this inning, a leadoff single. You can make it leadoff singles by Jordan Westberg, then Gunnar Henderson. Hudson Haskin a sacrifice bunt. And then Cesar Prieto, an RBI single to drive in 1. Handley trying to drive in another. The 1-2, lifted high but foul, right side. Count will stay here on Maverick. Cobos has not allowed a run, earned or otherwise, in his last 5 outings. That's 6 1/3 innings. He struck out 9, walked 4 over that span. Here's the 1-2. Handley just gets a piece, held back on a curveball once he saw it was coming, rolls it over to the Baysox dugout, and the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Again, a rainy start to today's game, but the Baysox not letting it affect them, already rolling with 3 more hits early. Another 1-2 to Handley. Swinging a line drive shot out toward right field. This one touches down in front of the gap, and it's picked by Gorski on a bounce. Prieto runs into the shortstop, but gets to third base as Jordan Westberg scores an RBI single for Maverick Handley, his 13th ribby of the year. He's got hits in 3 of his last 4 games now for Bowie, and it's a 2-0 game. So it was first to third for Prieto. And now J.D. Mundy digs in as Bowie's already picked up 4 hits here in the first inning. Left-hander J.D. Mundy into the box in the first pitch. Misses inside a fastball. Mundy had to stretch his arms up a little bit to avoid that one from clipping him. 1-0 to start. 231 average for Mundy this season, a 649 OPS. 30 games played, 8 doubles, 2 homers, 13 driven in. Still at the corners, still with 2 outs here in the first. The 1-0, swing and a miss, high fastball, and the count evens at 1. 24 pitches already for Cobos. Still within his wheelhouse. Most he has thrown, though, this season is 35. So it's getting there. The 1-1. Mundy watches curveball miss down and in. Delayed takeoff as Sable throws to second, and they nail Maverick Handley. Not sure if he thought that one was going to roll back to the screen or what, but Handley gets thrown out on the base paths and a tough look. But he does drive in a run, and that's helpful as we go to the bottom of the first. It's Bowie 2, Altoona nothing. Curve coming on up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Bottom of the first inning here in Altoona, the Baysox once again striking first. A 2-0 lead as Garrett Stallings takes over. He gets ready to face off against the following curved lineup here at PNG Field. Leading off in left field, it's Matt Frazier, followed by Jared Triolo at shortstop, batting second. Leover Peguero at second base, bats third. Blake Sable, the catcher, fourth. Matt Gorski in right field, fifth. Aaron Shackelford, the DH, bats sixth. Andres Alvarez at third base, bats seventh. Brent Sitta at first, eighth. And Lolo Sanchez in center field, bats ninth. The Curve are the AA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're managed by Kyron Madison, Drew Bennis pitching coach, Joe Nunnally hitting coach, and Blake Butler assistant coach. Altoona is 22-25 on the season, a 4-game losing streak, 5-5 over the last 10, 11-12 at home. And once more that lineup briefly: Frazier, Triolo, Peguero, Sable, Gorski, Shackelford, Alvarez, Sitta, Sanchez, to face off against Garrett Stallings on the mound for Bowie. They play a little bit on the pull side for left-hander Frazier to start, and the first pitch from Stallings misses wide, a breaking ball. Count opens up at 1-0. 3 left-handers in the lineup for the Curve today: Frazier, then Sable, and Shackelford. As the 1-0 comes in, Frazier watches a called strike on the outside half, another changeup, and the count evens. Matt Frazier, a .213 average this season, 620 OPS in 38 games played, 9 doubles, 2 triples, including 1 yesterday. Next pitch, lofted out toward deep left center field, sending Cespedes back, but he squares it up on the edge of the warning track and pulls it down. 1 away. And that one probably could have gotten out at Prince George's Stadium, 347 feet away towards straightaway left. This outfield about 20 feet deeper than it is at Prince George's Stadium in Bowie. Defensive alignment for the Baysox today: Cespedes in left, Haskin in center, Tavares in right, Cesar Prieto at third, Henderson at short, Westberg at second, and J.D. Mundy at first. Here's Jared Triolo. First pitch misses high. Changeup starts the count out at 1-0. Maverick Handley does the catching behind the plate for Garrett Stallings on the mound. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Triolo watches curveball miss away, 2-0. Stallings, a 6'2", 200-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Chesapeake, Virginia, traded to the Orioles in 2020 from the Angels organization. Here's the 2-0. That's a called strike. Changeup hits the upper inside corner, and it's 2-1. Stallings on the season with Bowie, a 2-3 mark with a 4.26 ERA in 38 innings. He struck out 39 and walked 10. Here's the 2-1. Late swing, poke to third. Running in on it under the glove of Prieto. Picked by the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson, and he can't get it to first. Not sure if Prieto misread the bounce there or what. Probably will go down as an error. We'll have to wait on the official rule, but Prieto had that one squared up easily, and it just went right by him. So Triello is aboard with one out. Tying run now to the plate in Leover Peguero. It is an error. That is already Prieto's second at third base in just his third game. First pitch to Leover Peguero, misses down a breaking ball. It's 1-0. Stallings is coming off of his first career complete game, but it was in a losing effort, and he was aided by the weather. Only tossed 5 innings in a 5-0 loss against the Seawolves, in which he gave up a career-high tying 3 home runs. Here's the 1-0. Peguero grounds it foul, third base side, count evens at 1. 2 of those 3 home runs were to Kerry Carpenter, so you can kind of scrub that away because Carpenter has been the hottest batter in the entire Eastern League, especially over the month of May. I think he hit a grand total of 13 home runs just in May. Here's the 1-1. Curveball lifted on the right side of the infield, shallow. Jordan Westberg calls for it. And a few steps into the outfield grass, the second baseman makes the catch. So quickly 2 away, and now on to Blake Sable. Baysox in their traditional road gray jerseys, gray pants, and the orange buoy on the front side, black cap with an orange brim. Altoona wearing an alternate jersey today. It's an emerald green jersey with black and called Mountain City. There's a lot of history behind that name. I'll bring it up in a second. First pitch to Blake Sable. It's called a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. So apparently Mountain City was the original professional baseball team in the city of Altoona. All the way back in the 1800s, they were a major league team at the time. Here's the 0-1 to Sable. Misses away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. But apparently they played fewer than 30 games here in Altoona before hopping on a train for a road series and then relocating to Kansas City. Again, the late 1800s for baseball, it was the Wild West. Here's the 1-1 to Sable. Misses down and inside. Count goes to 2-1. I mean, hey, in the late 1800s, the Wild West was still kind of in existence, too. So I guess that expression doesn't technically count. Pickoff throw back to first. I'm not going to ponder on this for too much longer. The runner gets back in safely. Inning should be over now, so anything that happens from here is unearned because Jared Triello reached on that error by Cesar Prieto. But it's a 2-1 count on Blake Sable, who's hitting .302 this season. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, chases on a curveball low, and the count goes even. 889 OPS for Sable in 36 games played, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 5 homers, and 24 driven in. Came in as a pinch hitter last night and delivered an RBI single in the bottom of the ninth, represented a tying run at first before the game ended. The 2-2. Swinging a bouncing ball right side, tough play for Westberg. He dives, keeps it in front of him, but can't throw it anywhere. That does save a runner from advancing. With how slowly that one was hit, Jared Triello could have easily gone first to third if it gets past Westberg. So that does save an opportunity for Garrett Stallings. He can still work with a clean force now at all 3 bases. But Blake Sable is aboard. He's got hits in back-to-back games now. It's first and second with 2 away. Here's Matt Gorski. First pitch. Right-hander watches a called strike on a wide changeup. Count opens up at 0-1. Gorski hitting at a .231 clip this season, 701 OPS in just 7 games since being called up from High A Greensboro. Does have 1 homer and 4 runs driven in. He slapped 17 home runs down in Greensboro. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, curveball down, count to 0-2. Jared Triello dancing off of second base, drew a look for just a brief moment, from Stallings, but no one was covering the bag, so there wasn't a throw. Westberg does inch closer to the bag if Triolo wants to try it again. The 0-2 to Gorski, swinging a pop-up right side of the infield toward foul ground. Mundy sees it. Foot against the line. He backs up and makes the catch in fair territory. The inning is over, and the Baysox hold on to their 2-0 advantage, working around the error and the 2-out single by Blake Sable. Second inning coming up here at PNG Field. Bowie leads 2-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
We'll get your red capes ready and your iron suits too, because it's Superhero Day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 31st. You can meet your favorite costumed hero, and the first 750 fans ages 13 and up will pick up a Grayson Rodriguez Superman bobblehead for their own. Not only that, but it'll also be Heroes Day at the ballpark, honoring police, fire, and EMS with a Guns N' Hoses charity softball game. And the Baysox will wear custom Heroes jerseys, auctioned off post-game to benefit the Children's Cancer Foundation. Sunday, July 31st, so get your tickets at baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
On to the second inning here in Altoona, and the Curve sticking with the opener, Will Kobos, for a second inning. Left-hander Omar Cruz, the originally scheduled starter, did start warming up while the Baysox were pitching in the last half inning, but he will stay in the bullpen for now. J.D. Mundy will lead things off. The first pitch he sees is a fastball called strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1. Mundy was at the plate in the last inning when Maverick Hanley was thrown out trying to advance on a pitch that had hit the dirt. Here's the 0-1. Curveball called for a strike on the top half. It's 0-2. Gave you the numbers last inning. I'll give them again. Mundy, a .231 average this season, .649 OPS in 30 games, 2 homers and 13 ribby. Bases empty, nobody out. The 0-2 misses down. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Bowie ahead 2-0 here in the second inning. They've scored first in all 3 games of this series, trying to extend it to a seasons-long 5-game win streak. They do have one 5-gamer on the books already, but tying it would be just as nice. Kobo sets and fires the 1-2. It's just nicked foul. Fastball was down and a bit in on the hands of J.D. Mundy, and it rolls back to the screen. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. So it's been all about the base hits for Bowie. They collected 4 of them in just the first inning. We got to wait for time. An errant ball from the berm in left field found its way into left center field. So Lolo Sanchez had to go retrieve it. You don't want someone tripping on that if they didn't see it there. 1-2 the count on Mundy. Pitch home. Late swing, and he just knocks it foul again right side. That time the curve. Count stays. I remember seeing, I think it was at Oriole Park at Camden Yards yesterday or 2 days ago, a woman over in left field at the newly minted wall had dropped her cell phone onto the field and to have one of the players toss it back up. The 1-2. Mundy watches down a fastball, and the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, that's why the ushers a lot of times tell you don't lean up against the wall. Don't go up against it unless you're in your assigned seat. 2-2 to Mundy. Swing and just a piece again. He holds on to a fastball inside as it hits off of home plate. Mundy is really keeping on with this one. That was the 6th pitch of the plate appearance. And at this point, Kobos will probably only face Mundy. Because Omar Cruz is still warming and Kobos is up to, or they called that a ball? No, they just inputted that wrong. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off again left side. Count stays on Mundy. Okay, yeah, they fixed it now. But Kobos is getting up there. He's up to 33 pitches now. Hasn't even thrown 40 at any point this season. Another 2-2. Mundy watches high, and the count runs full. Boy, how about J.D. Mundy right now? He's 2 for 13 this season on full counts. He struck out 7 times, walked 3. They play him a little bit on the pull side. Kobos delivers the payoff, and it's swung on and fouled over the screen left side. What a battle right now between Kobos and J.D. Mundy. Whatever the outcome is, Mundy has at least done a good job of knocking out this pitcher. The payoff. Swinging a flare out toward left, and Mundy wins the battle with a base hit. It's picked from the gap by Matt Frazier. Mundy has hits in 3 consecutive games now. On the 11th pitch of the plate appearance, he draws the leadoff single. What an outstanding battle there for J.D. Mundy and Will Kobos. And are they going to make the switch? No. They're sticking with Kobos now as he's already up to 36 pitches to face off against Christopher Cespedes. First pitch to the right-hander, misses down a breaking ball. Count starts out at 1-0. Now, Kobos does have starting experience in his career, but he's been a full-time reliever since the start of the pandemic. And the most pitches he's thrown this season was 35, so he's already in new territory for 2022. Next pitch to Cespedes is called a strike on a fastball away. Count evens. Most pitches that Kobos threw last season was 59. Before that, 44. And then before that, only 36. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss by Cespedes on a high fastball. Count to 1-2. So at this point, by the time Kobos finishes up with Cespedes, this will probably be the second most pitches he's thrown in any appearance in 3 years. Runner at first, nobody out. Bowie ahead 2-0. The 1-2 to Cespedes. Called strike 3. Fastball on the inside edge. Cespedes expected the breaking ball to come down, but that fastball did not break at all. That's the second strikeout for Kobos. Both of them have been looking. And now do we get the change? Maybe. Kyron Madison is at the top step. But nope. It'll be Kobos against Davis Tavares. First pitch. Tavares watches high for a ball. It's 1-0. This is an interesting decision because the philosophy behind the opener, we can dive into it in a little more depth later, but you usually don't want the starting pitcher to still face off against the top of the lineup. As the next pitch to Davis Tavares misses high, it's 2-0. You don't want them to start their day against the top of the lineup because the point of the opener is to make it to where you can get the starting pitcher to a third trip through the lineup, and they start it against the bottom of the lineup, the 2-0. Fouled off back to the screen, and the count goes to 2-1 on Tavares. Davis Tavares, just in his second game with Bowie, he went 0 for 4 in the first game of this series, did not play yesterday. He hit it on the ground in every single plate appearance. Runner at first, 1 away, the 2-1. Fastball on a perfect strike on the outside edge, count evens. So at this point, unless they leave Kobos out for 2 more batters, or even just 1 more batter, Omar Cruz will face at the top of the lineup. Next pitch to Tavares is a curveball swung on and fouled back, so the count stays once again. So I just find this really, really interesting at this point, as Cruz will essentially be starting against either Jordan Westberg, Gunnar Henderson, or Hudson Haskin, which is something that you kind of want to avoid while using an opener. The 2-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. High fastball, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for Will Kobos. He's got 3 on the day on 45 pitches, already well past the season's high. Do they make the switch now? Madison has been looking back and forth to the mound and then to some of his assistants in the dugout while taking some notes, all while on the top step. But it looks like they will keep Kobos in to face off against Jordan Westberg. First pitch, Westberg watches fastball down. Might have eaten up a little bit of dirt itself, and the count starts out at 1-0. Westberg singled and scored in the first inning as Bowie leads 2-0 here in the second. Again, a really interesting decision to let the opener go this long as Bowie is racking up the hits. The 1-0 misses high, and the count goes to 2-0. I mean, Cruz has to be warm at this point. He's been going for at least 15 almost 20 minutes. The 2-0 to Westberg. Swing and a miss. Maybe got a piece and a high fastball, but the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Inning started with a leadoff single by J.D. Mundy after an 11-pitch battle, but he's still stuck at first base right now. They play Westberg a little bit the other way in the outfield. The 2-1 pitch to the right-hander is called a strike on a fastball bottom edge. Cobos has really been placing that fastball well. It must be deceptive just enough with some of its slight movement. He's getting a lot of called strikes with it, where it looks like Bowie batters are watching for the off-speed stuff. Next pitch, fastball just misses wide, and it runs the count full. The infield for Altoona was headed back to the dugout, thinking that that was the end of the inning. But Westberg sticks around for one more, at the very least. Mundy will get a head start at first. He is being held on, though, so can't take too big of a lead. There he goes. The payoff is fouled off just a piece. Maybe got off of Westberg's foot just a little, and the count stays full. This has to be the last batter. At this point, 51 pitches for Cobos, now 52. Mundy goes, the payoff, once again, fouled off of Westberg's foot. That one a little harder. It bounced in front of home plate, but will stick around. It was the 11-pitch at-bat with Mundy, and now it'll be an 8-pitch at-bat with Jordan Westberg. Cobo sets. Another 3-2. Down and away, ball 4. So Westberg draws the walk, his 25th of the season. 14th given up by Cobos this year, and first today. Is that the hook? Madison still conferring with his assistants, and finally he's up out of the dugout. I'm surprised it took this long, to be completely honest with you. He hasn't made the point just yet, but I can't see any other outcome than Cobos being lifted here. He's already faced 10 batters, when really that's not something that you want. Now the change. Okay, here comes Omar Cruz. We'll give you a lot of information about him when we come back. Bowie has first and second with 2 away here in the top of the second, already leading 2-0. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Altoona pitching change here in the top of the second inning. An anticipated one. It was an opener scenario for right-hander Will Cobos. Left-hander Omar Cruz will take over here at PNG Field as the Bowie Baysox are trying to increase what's already a 2-0 advantage. Cobos' day is not done. He's responsible for the 2 runners on base, but right now he finishes with an inning and 2/3, gave up 5 hits and 2 runs both earned, struck out 3, walked 1 on 54 pitches, 36 going for strikes. But it makes way for the left-hander Cruz, a 6-foot, 200 even pound 23-year-old from Hermosillo, Sonora in Mexico. Part of the Joe Musgrove deal, traded to the Pirates back in January of 2021. He faces off against lefty Gunnar Anderson to start, and the first pitch is a fastball called a strike on the outside edge. Still very surprised that Will Cobos was left in for as long as he was. But it's smart to make the switch against Henderson. He only bats .156 against fellow Southpaws, the 0-1. Curveball called a strike on the inner edge, and it's 0-2. Henderson singled and scored in the first. J.D. Mundy is at second. Jordan Westberg is at first as Bowie leads 2-0 here in the top of the second with 2 gone. Cruz looks for a quick 3-pitch K to send us back to the dugout. Looks back Mundy twice, fires the 0-2, and Henderson swings through it, a curveball into the mid of the catcher Sable, and the inning is over. So Cruz comes in, fires 3 pitches, and ends the frame, but not before Bowie does put a little bit of a threat on the board. As we go to the bottom of the second, it's still all Bowie, 2-0. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baysox Youth Baseball camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball camp today.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Fans Cares around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. Every Patient First has on-site labs, x-rays, and prescription drugs. Patient First, the name fits. Bottom of the second here in Altoona as Bowie leads 2-0. First pitch home from Garrett Stallings is called a strike in the lower outside corner. A changeup to Aaron Shackelford to open. 0-1 as Shackelford is hitting .241 this season with a .774 OPS in 31 games. The 0-1 ripped up the first base line but foul. That one a shot as it just kicked to the right side at 102 miles an hour. Missed the bag by probably only about a foot at the most. Count to 0-2. It's left-hander Shackelford, then righties Andres Alvarez and Brent Sitta against Stallings in this inning. The 0-2 pitch. That one bounces in the curveball in front of home plate by probably about 5 feet. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. 18 pitches for Stallings in the first inning. He did have to work around an error at third base. Fires the 1-2, and this one, a laser beam shot out to right field, and it's probably gone. Tavares looks up. He thought it was gone, and it bounces off the front of the wall. He had a bad read of this outfield. Going to second and stopping there, Shackelford. He has to turn around and slide back in. Gets in safely, but it's a leadoff double, his 6th of the season. And the tying run will come to the plate as Shackelford opens up with the 2-bagger. 99 miles an hour off the bat. If it's Prince George's Stadium, that one is gone. 378 feet away from home plate. And again, I think Tavares just had a bad understanding early on of this Altoona outfield. It is so deep. While it is 325 feet down the line to both left and right field, it's immediately cut back by probably about 30 feet in right field from that corner. It's just at a hard 45-degree angle. Here's Andres Alvarez. First pitch, a little bloop into right center field, and it's down for a base hit. Haskin gloves the wave around for Shackelford. The throw comes in, but it's picked up in front of home plate by Maverick Handley. Shackelford scores on the RBI by Andres Alvarez. Alvarez to second base. We'll have to see if they say that a single with an advance on the throw or a double for Alvarez. If it's a double, it's his 5th of the season. But no matter what, it's his 17th RBI of the year. A 1-run game. Bowie still leads 2-1. And this is where that contact was really plaguing Garrett Stallings back when he faced off against Erie last week. Here's Brent Sitta. First pitch. Fastball misses low. Count starts out at 1-0. Sitta, a 239 average this season with a 703 OPS. 20 games played. He's doubled 4 times, has a triple, 2 homers, and 13 driven in. So they give Alvarez a single. He advances on the throw, the 1-0. Swing and a miss, breaking ball low and away. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. But again, it was a heavy hitting day for Erie when they faced off against Stallings last week. He gave up a season's high 8 hits, one shy of tying a career high. Here's the 1-1. Curveball just misses, a little bit low, and the count to 2-1. Well, and the problem was for Stallings, he tossed 5 innings and allowed only 3 hits and 2 runs, both solo home runs. But then when he tried to go into the 6th inning, he just couldn't miss bats. He gave up 5 consecutive hits, the 2-1. Bounced foul, third base side, and the count goes even at 2. Really, the only reason that it was a complete game is because while he was being lifted, Morgan McSweeney was taking over on the mound and warming up on the mound. The umpires called for the tarp and eventually called the game early. Here's the 2-2 to Sitta. Just misses wide, another curve, and the count goes full. First full count that Garrett Stallings worked today. Sitta 0 for 4 on full counts, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Runner at second, nobody out still here in the bottom of the 2nd inning as Bowie leads by a 2-1 margin. Stallings delivers the payoff, and it's lined over to the right side. A base hit should score another as it splits the gap. Rounding third and scoring Alvarez, still running on it Tavares as Sitta can probably go for 3 here. He loses the helmet between first and second, but gets to third sliding without a throw. RBI triple for Brent Sitta, his 2nd triple of the year. Go-ahead run in scoring position, and the game is now tied at 2. That's the danger of these alleys here at PNG Field. You place it properly, doesn't even need that much speed. It can just roll and roll and roll with how expansive the outfields are. Both outfielders really have no shot for quite some time to get there, and it leads to easy 3-baggers. So Sitta's on a season's high 7-game hit streak now, and Lolo Sanchez will dig into battle. Maverick Handley out for a quick chat to run through the signs, make sure that they're on the same page. But Bowie is in a lot of trouble right now. 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd for the Curve. Bowie has not, if I'm not mistaken, trailed at any point in this series. Here's the first to Lolo Sanchez. Misses down. Count starts out at 1-0. Yeah, Bowie has not trailed at any point in this series. Game has been tied briefly. It was in the first game of the set after each side scored 1 run in the first. But now it's 2-2 here in the bottom of the 2nd with runner at 3rd. Still nobody out. Infield all plays in. The 1-0 to Sanchez. Swinging a bouncing ball. Diving grab at short by Henderson. Stares at runner. Fires to first, and it bounces in front of Mundy. He can't glove it. The run scores. Altoona takes the 3-2 lead. Everything here happening with nobody out. So it looks like they'll write that up as a straight E6 to allow Sanchez to reach. And now it goes back to the top of the lineup with Matt Frazier. First pitch. Misses low, and the count starts out at 1-0. Frazier flew out to left field his first time up. Gave it a good ride out to the warning track, but these deep outfields, that wasn't enough. Here's the 1-0. Frazier goes down to a knee, trying to chase at a curveball low. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Runner at first, still nobody out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning after 3 straight hits and an error. 1-1 pitch. Misses inside. And the count goes to 2-1. So Sanchez should not get an RBI on that. Let's see if they did input it. Yeah, they did. That should not be an RBI at all. I imagine that might get argued at some point because the runner was not going anywhere. The 2-1, line hard to right field. This one up the line and over the head of Tavares. One hops the wall in the corner. This could score another run as Sanchez has the wave around. He's being sent home, and the throw comes in just late. It's another triple. Frazier's third of the season, and it's a 4-run inning for Altoona. Still nobody out in the second. #21st RBI for Frazier this season. That run is unearned. And it brings out Josh Conway. Busy road trip for Bowie. After this, they play 7 games in 6 days against Harrisburg, starting the 7th and going to the 12th. And then they're back home for their only full homestand in the month of June. Tuesday the 14th against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies to the 19th. And as you'd imagine, it's jam-packed of promotions. Of course, the main 3 between Military Appreciation Night on Tuesday, Wolf Wednesday, and then the Baysox Live Happy Hour on Thursday. Back-to-back nights of fireworks is the most important happening. Friday the 17th, the fireworks are presented by DCA Imaging Systems. It's part of the Mother and Son Night Out and the Scouts BSA Campout. You can camp out on the field and watch movies on the video board post-game. You've got to purchase a special ticket for it, however. You got to go to BaysoxShop.com to purchase those tickets. And then the second fireworks show, Saturday the 18th, sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. It's part of the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball celebration. Busy week upcoming at Prince George's Stadium, so get your tickets at Baysox.com. Here's Jared Triolo, runner at third, still nobody out on the first pitch. Called a strike, fastball hits the outside edge, and it's 0-1. Infield still plays in here. Triolo reached on an error in the first inning. It was committed by Cesar Prieto. He just had a bad read on a bouncing ball, and it skipped off of his wrist. Here's the 0-1. Flared right side, base hit. This will score another. Triolo's got hits in 3 consecutive games. A 5-run second inning for Altoona. It's 5-2. It's only the 4th RBI for Triolo this season. Spent plenty of time in the leadoff slot, so that's a little understandable. But now Altoona is really starting to show why they lead the Eastern League in hits. A little bit on Bowie, I think, too, with playing their infield so far in for a couple of those base hits. First pitch to Leo Pagero is popped up behind home plate. Handley tosses the mask, ranges to the warning track, and gloves it. Finally, the first out here in the second inning on the 7th batter of the frame. Inning went double, RBI single, triple, error, triple, single, and now pop out to the catcher. Again, Lolo Sanchez should not have gotten an RBI on that play. But at this point, as the hits and the runs are already racking up for Altoona, will probably get lost in the shuffle. Here's Blake Sable. He's singled in the first inning. As the first pitch comes in. Fastball called for strike on the bottom edge. It's 0-1. Runner at first. Still only 1 out, and Bowie's getting a right-hander up and stretching in the bullpen. Runner goes, the 0-1. Down and away for a ball. Throw to second from Handley. Not in time. Just a little bit away on the third base side. Forced Gunnar Henderson to try and pull it across the body and apply the tag in the other direction. Jared Triolo picks up his 7th steal of the year on his 10th attempt. That's only the 6th stolen base against Handley out of 12 attempts. Runs the count even at 1. Takes away the inning-ending double play possibility. As Stallings fires the 1-1 to Sable. And it just misses wide for a ball, 2-0. Two and 1 rather. 41 pitches for Stallings so far. 2-1 into Sable. Called a strike, curveball inside edge, and the count goes to 2-2. And 24 pitches this inning, though, for Stallings. Fires the 2-2, and this one's flared out towards shallow left. Running in, sliding, and over Christopher Cespedes. That'll score another. Rounding third, Triello. He's down to score. Stopping at second base. Doesn't want to take anything too much for granted. Sable with an RBI double. That's his 25th run driven in this season. That's the 4th extra base hit this inning for Altoona. Ninth batter of the inning, here's Matt Gorski. Here's the first pitch. Gorski watches pitch skip past Hanley. On to third base, Sable. Well, nothing is working for Garrett Stallings today. Two errors don't help, but 7 hits over just an inning and 2/3. Make that an inning and just 1/3. There's still only 1 out. That's never easy to work with. The entire infield plays in once again, now with the runner at third. Here's the 1-0. Gorski takes a half swing and a breaking ball away. They appeal and they say he went. That's the right call. Count evens at 1. But Altoona up 6-2, all 6 runs here in the second inning. As Stallings sets, does a couple of hesitation steps on the first base side of the rubber, kicks and fires the 1-1. It misses low and away. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Well, a lot of the times, especially early in games, one of the limits for starting pitchers is 30 pitches in an inning. Stallings is approaching that here. He fires the 2-1 to Gorski, and it's roped up the line at third. Down for a base hit. It'll score another. Ricochets off the corner as Gorski heads to second base with a double. 7-run inning for Altoona. They lead by 5. Fifth extra base hit in the frame. First double of the year for Gorski, his 5th run driven in. And now the lineup loops back around to Aaron Shackelford, who led off this inning with a double. And Stallings is done. Kyle Moore out of the dugout. Another tough day for Garrett Stallings. Last time it deteriorated in the 6th inning. Here, just in the 2nd. He allowed 7 hits in this inning alone, only collected 1 out. New hurler coming in for Bowie. We'll tell you about him after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Well, it's already one of those days for the Bowie Baysox as they have to dip into their bullpen in the 2nd inning with only 1 out. Griffin McClarty takes over as Garrett Stallings is served up one of his shortest outings. Season's low, inning and 1/3. We'll dig back a little bit, see how that racks up over his entire career, but can't imagine it's too good. As Stallings departs, Griffin McClarty will take over. The line on Stallings is not yet final. Runner at second belongs to him. But for now, it's just an inning and 1/3. He gave up 8 hits, which ties the season high that he set last week. So far, 7 runs, which is a season tie. Ties a career high. All 7 are earned, which is a career high. He didn't strike anyone out, didn't walk anyone, threw 43 pitches, 30 for strikes. Aaron Shackelford led off this inning with a double, eventually scored a run, and the first pitch he sees from Griffin McClarty is called a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. So if the runner at second scores Gorski, that would set new career highs in runs and earned runs for Stallings. It's on McClarty to try and avoid that. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses low, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. 7-2, Bowie trails here in the bottom of the second inning. McClarty, a 6'3", 185-pound right-hander, 8th-round selection in the 2019 draft from College of Charleston. 5 appearances, an 0-1 record, and a 12.19 ERA with Bowie. 10 1/3 innings, 14 strikeouts, 11 walks. He's allowed 4 long balls. Runner feigns the takeoff as the 1-1 is punched to the left side and through for a base hit. This will score another. It's picked by Christopher Cespedes and lobbed back to the infield as Gorski rounds to home. RBI single for Shackelford, his second hit of the inning. And it's 8-2. That run charged to Stallings, and it closes his line on a career high 8 runs, all earned. Here's Andres Alvarez. That was the first runner all season that McClarty had inherited. Now here's Andres Alvarez. Righty on righty. Alvarez drove in a run earlier in this inning with a single. Eventually scored as the first pitch misses away. Count starts at 1-0. Every single batter in the lineup for Altoona, except for Leover Peguero, has reached base and scored in this inning. Here's the 1-0. Misses away. 2-0 on Alvarez. McClarty is coming off of an outing against the Seawolves. Followed up Zach Peak, rather. Tossed an inning in 2/3 and gave up 3 runs on 4 hits. Did strike out 4, but walked 2. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a high drive to center. Haskin running back a long way on it to the warning track. He looks up and he can't make the catch. It rolls off his glove and the wall. This will score at least 1 as it goes to right center. Shackelford is around to score. It looks like the stop sign will be put up for Alvarez. That'll go down as either a triple or an error. I assume triple because Haskin did have his back turned to the infield, but the disastrous inning continues for Bowie. It's 9-2. Call it a hit. Second triple of the season for Alvarez, and the third triple this inning. That run immediately charged to McClarty. And now Brent Sitta will step in, who had the first of the 3 triples in this inning. First pitch. Called a strike. Change up on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Still only 1 out. Infield doesn't bother playing in anymore as this game has already gotten out of hand. The 0-1 pitch. Misses just high and away a fastball. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Next offering. Curveball bounces in. Oh, no, that hit the bottom edge of the zone. Thought it hit a little bit of the dirt. No, call it for strike 2. It's 1-2. Yeah, an inning in the third for Stallings is new career low. Previous low was back in July of last season when he tossed just 2 innings for Aberdeen. Here's the 1-2 to Sitta. Down and away, count evens. McClarty is a candidate for long relief for Bowie. His season high with the Baysox is 3 innings. But at this rate, he will be in for a bit of trouble. Two-two. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Chases on a changeup away. Second out of the inning. So now finally, on the 13th batter of the inning. Anything at this point is unearned. Well, actually, no, it will be earned against McClarty. If Stallings was still in, it'd be unearned. But everything at this point is still earned against McClarty. The inning should be over because of the error by Gunnar Henderson when Sanchez hit the ball to him. First pitch, Sanchez watches called strike, bottom edge. Count opens at 0-1. Runner at third, now 2 away. Here's the 0-1. Half swing, pitch away, they appeal. He didn't go. Count evens at a ball and a strike. So we can already at this point, I feel, start to place some bets on who might be the position player to pitch for Bowie if this game continues to trend in the direction it's already gone. My money's on Cody Roberts. Here's the 1-1. Misses away. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Lolo Sanchez. Fourth batter for Altoona to step to the plate twice this inning. And it could still easily extend. Altoona could put together a 10 spot in this frame if Sanchez gets a base hit. Has a 2-1 offering, and he pops this one up behind home. Hanley holds on to the mask as he trots over to the warning track, but it gets over the netting onto the third row of seats. Count goes even at 2. Big time opportunity here for McClarty to stop the bleeding. Now that Bowie's already lost control of this one. Two-two to Sanchez. Half swing, fastball high. He didn't go. On appeal, and the count fills. Here's the payoff. Poked, foul, right side over the net. That one gets up to the second level, and the count stays full. Most pitches that McClarty has thrown this season is 65, and that was in his second dance with Reading when the Baysox lost 5 of 6 in that series with the Fightins. But he is already up to 17 here. The 3-2 popped up again behind home plate, and it'll get out. And Lolo Sanchez is not going to go down easy. Runner at third, 2 away as Bowie trails by 7 here in the bottom of the second. Another payoff to Sanchez. Swinging a high drive out to left, but not deep. Cespedes initially stepped in. Now he curls back a little bit and makes the catch shoulder high. Thank God it's over. 9 runs on 9 hits. 1 error, 1 left. Third inning coming up. Bowie trails by 7. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
Third inning finally here at PNG Field after Altoona put on 9 runs in the second. The blow ahead of Bowie, 9-2. Omar Cruz is back to work for the Curve, faces off against Hudson Haskin and fires a first pitch strike on the bottom half. It's 0-1 to start. Next pitch, Haskin rips it foul, third base side. And the count quickly to 0-2. It'll be Haskin, Cesar Prieto, and Adam Hall due up here in the third inning. Best that they can hope for is to try and rattle against Cruz, who came in after an opener, fired an inning and 2/3, fired 3 pitches, and then sat on the bench for probably about 25 minutes. Next pitch to Haskin misses high, and the count goes to 1-2. It was a 9-run inning for Altoona on 9 hits with 1 error and eventually 1 left. Next pitch to Haskin fouled off back to the screen. Count stays even at 2. Garrett Stallings was tagged with one of the worst days of his career. Sees a career-low inning and a third. Career-high tying 8 hits and a career-high 8 runs. Next pitch to Haskin misses high. And the count goes even at 2. Steps out, steps back into the box, and we'll reset. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Haskin takes it down and inside, a fastball. Count runs full. So what else is new? That's really what we've got to do at this point, is just kind of bide the time, see if Bowie can make a big run at a 7-run comeback, but at this point it's a time filler. 3-2 fouled off back to the screen. And we'll stick around for another. The question is going to be, after that long layoff, how much does Cruz have in him? It is obviously very interesting to deal with these kinds of opener scenarios. As Cruz fires the 3-2, Haskin flares it foul right side. We'll stick around with a full count. Does give us plenty of time to talk about Cruz, however. He's got a very interesting come set motion, a little tippy-tap delivery as he fires another payoff, and Haskin just pieces it foul, top of the wood and back to the screen. So what Cruz does is that he's almost always in motion, in that he's just rocking back and forth on his 2 legs. The 3-2 to Haskin is called strike 3 inside. He threw the bat and was headed up the line, but is sent back to retrieve it and back to the dugout in total. Second strikeout for Cruz. That's the first backwards, and 1 away for Cesar Prieto. So yeah, the best way to put it is just little tippy taps of his feet there for the left-hander Omar Cruz. It's something he picked up last season. Fires the first pitch into Cesar Prieto, and it misses down 1-0. He made his Double-A debut with Altoona last year on June 25th, so coming up on just a year's time here in Double-A, as the 1-0 to Prieto is fouled off left side. He was replacing an excellent pitcher, Osvaldo Bito, for the Curve, who had to step in to pitch for the Dominican Republic in the Olympic qualifiers. Here's the next. Ripped right side, base hit. Prieto's got a 2-hit day. Rally starts now as Bowie trails 9-2, huh? Hey, at least they're still making contact. That's something that I've constantly admired of Bowie, especially offensively, is their ability to just, zero out from the noise, filter it, and focus on what's in front of them at this exact moment. Here's Adam Hall, first pitch, swing and a miss, fastball low, and the count starts out at 0-1. Hall struck out looking his first time up in the first. Again, Bowie trails 9-2 here in the third. A disastrous second inning for Baysox pitching, as the next pitch to Hall is called for a ball, 1-1. 1-1 offering. Hall checks his swing. It's called a strike, bottom edge, and the count to 1-2. I saw a news article a little earlier today that the historic clock above the video board, at Oriole Park at Camden Yards is set to be removed. not official, but according to some sources apparently, is the 1-2 is fisted into the air, right side, foul ground. Brent Sitta, the first baseman, gloves it, and there's 2 away. And I do find that a little bit interesting. I didn't read enough of the article to see if they were intending to replace it, update it, whatever. But that is one of those little small connections to the past that kind of remain. I did get to visit Oriole Park at Camden Yards early May. Yeah, it was early May when the Harrisburg Senators were in town. Bowie played a day game and the Orioles played a night game, so I stopped by. First pitch to Maverick Handley, misses inside for a ball. It's 1-0. And I really enjoyed the ballpark. I really did. It's the 4th Major League ballpark I've been to? Yeah, the 4th. Here's the 1-0 to Handley. Knuckled foul, right side, a couple of bounces. Count evens at 1. Bowie trails 9-2 here in the 3rd. Yeah, the ballpark that changed baseball. Of course, me being a St. Louis native, I've been to Busch Stadium in St. Louis. I've also been to, what is it now, Guaranteed Rate Field on the north side of Chicago. And then Citizens Bank Park where the Phillies play. Here's the 1-1. This one driven high and deep to left. Sends Frazier on the run. He looks up and it's gone. Maverick Handley says goodbye. His 3rd home run of the season is a 2-run shot here in the 3rd. Bowie's back on the board. Altoona still leads 9-4. Only 98 miles an hour off of the bat for Handley, but a clean 400 feet away from home plate. Good high arcing shot. He's got 14 runs driven in this season. Make that 15. Forgot he had the RBI single in the 1st inning. But now here's J.D. Mundy. Still a 5-run lead, though, for Altoona. First pitch. Mundy watches inside. Count starts out at 1-0. But I did very much enjoy Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Does have that good feel to it. And they call it the ballpark that changed baseball for good reason. Obviously, it did influence the way that the Citizens Bank Parks and the Busch Stadiums of the world now look. The 1-1. Misses inside. Count to 2-1. Because a lot of those facilities now, they have a little bit more openness, especially to the outfield, so you can see skylines and vistas. And no more of that cookie cutter stuff. Here's a 2-1 pitch, lined over to second, off the glove of Leover Peguero, and he can't barehand it, trying to recover. That one could go either way. Would either be the 8th hit of the day for Bowie or the first error of the day for Altoona. Was 91 miles an hour off the bat, so you could say that one went maybe in either direction, but I'm not so sure. They call it an error on Peguero. So now here's Christopher Cespedes as the inning continues. First pitch, called a strike. Again, Bowie down 9-4 here in the top of the 3rd inning. They are inching a bit closer now thanks to Maverick Handley's 2-run home run, but still a long ways to go. 0-1 pitch. Cespedes swings through it, 0-2. But yeah, the days of the old cookie cutter ballpark are gone. The old the Vet in Philly, the second Busch Stadium out in St. Louis, and the Memorial in Baltimore, too. Those cookie cutters, they're just not a thing anymore. And kind of for good reason. The 0-2 pitch. Cespedes pops it up, left field, little shallow. Frazier in, waves the arms, calls for it, and catches it. The inning is over. Bowie does add on 2 more. 2-run home run by Maverick Handley inches the Baysox a little closer, but they still trail by 5 as we move to the bottom of the 3rd. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
There's plenty going on at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, July 30th. It's the Island Luau night at the ballpark as the Baysox battle the Altoona Curve. Live music from the islands, inspirational dance performances, and more. But that's not all. It's also Maryland's worst car show. Do you own a clunker, a piece of junk on wheels? Well, here's your chance to show it off. Again, that's all on Saturday, July 30th. So head to Baysox.com to purchase tickets and find out more about registering for Maryland's worst car show. Hope to see you there. Bottom of the third in Altoona as Bowie trails 9-4. Matt Sabates with you as Griffin McClarty continues on the mound for the Baysox. Top of the Altoona lineup here in the third. It's Matt Frazier to open. First pitch. Misses away a curveball. Count starts out at 1-0. Frazier tripled to drive in a run in the second inning. A 3-triple inning for the Curve. He scored part of the 9-run frame. Here's the 1-0. Misses away, and the count goes to 2-0. Well, I know Altoona set a franchise record a little bit earlier. I think it was last week even. When it came to just home runs in general. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So they set a franchise record with 19 runs scored against Richmond. Was there a home run record mixed in there? I'm not seeing it. But no, they are making the most of just the base hits in general. And obviously this is not as clean of a home run kind of park, especially not compared to Prince George's Stadium. Leadoff walk for Matt Frazier. Took it on a 3-1 offering from Griffin McClarty. Frazier has reached twice today as Bowie trails 9-4 here in the third. Now on to Jared Triolo. The point I was quickly leading to is that even if you asked me if it was, I probably wouldn't initially say that 3 triples in an inning is some sort of record for Altoona just because of this outfield. Pickoff throw to first, no tag. We'll wait on the offering to Jared Triolo. He's reached twice. Drove in a run in the second, scored. Really the only batter that didn't have a single or a run scored, or a base hit or a run scored in that second inning was Leover Peguero. He popped out to the catcher in foul territory. That was it. Here's the next. Misses high. Count goes to ball and a strike. Here's the 1-0. Misses away. 2-0. Cloud's a little threatening overhead right now. But again, we were seeing a lot of tough-looking clouds at the probably about 4 or 5 o'clock hours. But the mountains break those things up here constantly. 2-0 misses away. It's 3-0. Here's the 3-0. Called strike, inside edge, 3-1. McClarty trying to avoid back-to-back walks here in the bottom of the third inning. 3-1. Spoiled foul right side, and the count fills. Now again, McClarty, the issue is going to be pitch count, how far he can go. Has gone up to 65 at points this season. But he is already near 30 after only collecting 2 outs so far. Runner goes, the payoff is served into center field on a line. Haskin runs in, makes the catch, fires it to first, but it's a little bit up the line. Mundy has to run in to keep it from bouncing. Frazier returns to first base without issue. But it's one out here in the third with runner still at first base. Here's Liover Peguero. Boy, he's just been having the toughest series of them all after coming in on such a hot streak. He had a 10-game hitting streak going into Tuesday. He's only collected 2 hits since. First pitch, right-hander swings through a fastball. Oh, 1 pitch from McClarty. Swung on and missed. Count quickly to 0-2. Again, Bowie trails 9-4 here in the bottom of the third inning. A 9-run second inning for Altoona. 0-2 pitch misses away from McClarty. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes right now. One of the funnest parts about working in sports, especially at the minor league level, the need to always wear multiple hats. If you followed along with the broadcast this season, as the 1-2 comes in, it's swung on and missed for strike 3. Breaking ball low. And that's the second strikeout for Griffin McClarty. 2 outs here in the third inning. If you followed along this season, made some improvements when it comes to just general content on the radio broadcast and through our coverage on social media. Get you some highlights for post game. Send those highlights out to local media outlets and the like. Little difficult to cut a 9-run inning while you're calling the baseball game. That's what's occupied a lot of the time right now. Still cutting that second inning. First pitch to Blake Sable is called a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. Left-hander already halfway to a cycle. A single in the first, double to the left side in the second. Drove in a run and scored a run. The 0-1 misses in, and the count goes even. If you're going to pick up a cycle, this is a key ballpark to get it done. As a matter of fact, there are 3 different players already on the roster halfway to a cycle. It's Sable, Aaron Shackelford, and Andres Alvarez. They're all at different spots for it. So that pitch is fouled off, 0-2. Sable, single and a double. Shackelford, double and a single. Alvarez, single and a triple. And everyone knows the triple's the hardest one, so who knows? Secondary lead, throw back to first. They got him! Frazier danced off a little too much and couldn't get back in time. 1-3 pickoff, a good read by Griffin McClarty, and Frazier is still communicating about it. Doesn't look like he's arguing, but does look a little bit upset. Inning is over. McClarty essentially faces the minimum and sends us to the fourth as Bowie still trails 9-4. Back after this, you're listening to Baysox Baseball.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
On to the fourth inning here in Altoona as Bowie still trails by 5. Davis Tavares will lead things off for the Baysox, and the first pitch home from Omar Cruz misses high for a ball. It's 1-0. 9-1-2 in the Bowie lineup due-up, starting with Tavares, followed by Jordan Westberg and Gunnar Henderson. Next pitch is swung on and missed away, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Tavares struck out swinging back in the second inning. That's when Bowie was still up 2-0, the 1-1. Curveball called strike in the inner half, and it's 1-2. But since then, a 9-run second inning for Altoona. Bowie added on 2 more in the third, a 2-run blast by Maverick Handley, but still down by 5 as Tavares swings through the next offering. Strikeout in the bottom edge of the zone, a curveball. Third strikeout for Omar Cruz. Back-to-back innings now, he struck out the leadoff batter. Top of the lineup at Jordan Westberg now. I was talking a little bit about making the trip up to Oriole Park at Camden Yards early last month. My first visit to the yards, and I gotta say, I obviously picked up the new wall in left field very, very quickly. Our seats were actually on the wall. It was a decent enough turnout that we could sneak our way to the front row of the wall and get, honestly, a very good seat. Jordan Westberg, 1-1 count right now. Bases empty, 1 away as Bowie trails 9-4. Westberg singled and walked, scored in the first inning as the 1-1 comes in. Called strike, curveball inside, it's 1-2. And I saw our good friend from Masson, Steve Molesky, point out some numbers earlier today that some fans might have instantly jumped on negative thoughts for the wall. Late swing pushed foul right side by Westy, and the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Because he shared, I think it was through 26, 27 games, somewhere around those numbers, the Orioles have a similar number of home runs and a similar OPS, so there hasn't been much change just because of the existence of the wall. The 1-2 is swung on and missed high. Westberg is down on strikes. Consecutive strikeouts for Omar Cruz. He's up to 4 on the day.
Shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
Here's Gunnar Henderson. But they're right. It is a ballpark that changed baseball. Really brought back the look of those brick facades with a little more open air coverage. And you look at this ballpark, PNG Field here in Altoona, and a lot of that is taken from it. I believe this ballpark was built in 96, so just enough time for them to draw tons of inspiration from Oriole Park at Camden Yards before the planning for this ballpark really went into full-scale production. 1-1 pitch to Henderson. Hits him inside around the tricep. He's fine, just tosses his gear and slowly walks up to first base. 2-out base runner for the Baysox here in the top of the fourth as they trail 9-4. Let's see real quick. When was this ballpark actually constructed? Was I right in 96? Oh, 98. That's when they broke ground. Ballpark was open in 99. I thought it was a little older than that, but still, that is old, about 23 years. Here's Hudson Haskin. First pitch misses high. It's 1-0. Next pitch misses down. 2-0 on Haskin. Again, Bowie down 9-4. Haskin 0 for 1 on the day, had a sacrifice bunt that turned out to be effective. Pushed 2 runners into scoring position, and both eventually scored. Struck out swinging his last time up. Next pitch misses low. 3 balls and no strikes. Soft turnout here at PNG Field, too. Again, the rain probably shooing a few folks away. as we had to delay the start time of this game by about 15 minutes. Heavy clouds that were in the area and dropping rain on the ballpark until about 4:30-ish. But the tarp stayed on the field for a little bit longer because the radar made it seem as if more was on the way, but the mountains broke it up. And that's what happens at this ballpark plenty, is that the mountain ranges can just be so deceptive, or I guess the radars can be so deceptive because of the mountain ranges. It's so difficult to properly read. The 3-0 called strike. Fastball on the outside edge to Haskin, and the count goes to 3-1. But there are a couple of groups here, a couple of Little League groups, and one of them has just been constantly running all around the berm they have out past left field. 3-1 to Haskin. That one nearly hit him. Haskin says it hit him. Oh, no, it's ball 4. I'm not paying attention here. Yeah, that one was inside for ball 4. First walk given up by Omar Cruz. And now Henderson to second. Cesar Prieto running a 2 for 2 day, a pair of singles both to right field. They've been shifting him, but he's just been punching them all through the gap. First pitch. Barely misses, just a bit low, 1-0 to start. Prieto, 2 for 3 against fellow left-handers this season, including his single back in the third inning against Cruz. He scored on Maverick Hanley's 2-run home run. 1-0, called strike, fastball inside edge. Count evens at 1-1. Yeah, it is very tough. As I was thinking about in the last half inning, how many Major League Parks I've been to. Since it is only just now 4 after visiting Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Next pitch, misses away, 2 balls and a strike. He checked his swing, they appeal, he didn't go. So count, 2-1. It is an odd feeling working in baseball because you do get to visit so many minor league parks. I've probably been to around 25 at this point. 2-1 pitch to Prieto. Half swing, and he makes contact. He didn't want to. Fouled off left side, and the count evens at 2. First and second, 2 away here in the top of the 4th inning as Bowie trails by 5. 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Baysox. 9 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for Altoona. All 9 runs and all but 1 of the hits came in the second inning. 2-2 pitch. Prieto takes that one on the hip. Oh, goodness. Maybe not on the hip, more toward the arm, perhaps. Athletic trainer Lindsey Birchfield is out of the dugout. She was standing at the top step for a brief moment, and when Prieto did not start to run up the line, she started to hustle out. So, yeah, she'll check on him. He's just taking off the gear right now, Prieto. Now he's dropped down to a squat. And first base coach Tim DeJohn will come through as well. I assume to help translate if needed, as Birchfield is going to give the... I don't think it's the grip test. Looks to be that left elbow for Prieto. She's just testing a little bit of the flexibility for Prieto's left arm. So I guess that one snuck past his right arm and got his left arm. So, yeah, the first base coach, Tim DeJohn, is translating very briefly, and it looks to be that Prieto will stay in the game. So 2 hit-by pitches in this inning. Altoona used the pause as an opportunity to have a mound visit. Pitching coach Drew Bennis was out to chat. Adam Hall will step into the box now with bases loaded, 2 outs. Hall is 1 for 2 this season with the bases loaded. Does have an RBI ground out. 4 runs driven in total. Can't get a ground out here, though. There's 2 outs. Cruz sets. Fires the first home to Hall. And it's called a strike. Late ring up on a fastball away. Count starts out at 0-1. No home runs for Hall yet this season. Bowie has 1 grand slam on the year. It was Hudson Haskin against a position player for Akron back in mid-April. Here's the 0-1. Hall takes pitch in the dirt. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Well, it looks like this is where the long innings have finally started to plague Omar Cruz. Again, he came out in the second, fired just 3 pitches, struck out Gunnar Henderson, and then Altoona went on an offensive explosion for 9 runs on 9 hits. Cruz was on the bench the entire time. The 1-1. Swinging a high drive out toward left center, but this one will stay in the ballpark easily. Sanchez closes the gap, and it's the center fielder to make the catch. Ends the inning and strands the bases loaded. No runs, no hits, no errors, 3 left. Bottom of the 4th coming up as Bowie trails 9-4. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's a very special day at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, June 18th that you don't want to miss. The Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Fans that get to the game will have a chance to bid on game-worn Baysox jerseys, with all proceeds going to benefit the Clemente Foundation. Again, don't miss out on your chance to own a piece of Baysox history on Saturday, June 18th with the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration, and you can get your tickets now at baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Fans Pest Now is a proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, and they provide pest control services for Prince George's Stadium. That's how you know they're reliable. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, anything from general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, anything else, give them a call, Pest Now, 301-231-8300, or visit pestnow.com. Bottom of the 4th as Bowie trails by 5. First pitch home to Matt Gorski is fouled off left side, and the count opens up at 0-1. They've got Gorski up there. It should be Sable. Yeah, there they go. Yeah, Sable is the batter because Matt Frazier was picked off to end the inning while Sable was at the plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Bounced hard over to third. That one ate up a lot of dirt in front of home plate. It's picked by Cesar Prieto and sent to first for the 5-3 putout. Quick out, and that's how things get started here in the bottom of the 4th. Now Matt Gorski can step up. As Griffin McClarty continues to work on the mound, he asks for a new baseball. Well, they've got that roller coaster in right field, the Skyline roller coaster. I said it a couple of days ago, I don't think it's been open. I'm not sure parts of that adventure park are even open right now. As Gorski watches first pitch ball. I'd seen at a couple of different instances some go-karts running. You can just get glimpses of them through the trees beyond the roller coaster, but I've not seen that roller coaster going. There's a smaller kiddie roller coaster out past the batter's eye that I've not seen going at all. And I imagine at least Memorial Day would be the opener. And I'll be honest, I'm not even sure off the top of my head what that adventure park is called. See if I can look it up real quick. Lakemont Park. Says it's open. There must be something wrong with the roller coaster. 2-1 count on Gorski after that pitch misses down and away. Bowie trails 9-4 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Yeah, it says they're open. Huh. Here's the 2-1. Check swing, he went. Home plate umpire doesn't give an appeal. Count evens at 2 on Gorski, who doubled and scored in the 2nd inning, drove in a run as well. Again, if any batter steps to the plate, more often than not, you can say that they scored and at least got a base hit in that 2nd. Every single batter scored at least one. Aaron Shackelford scored twice. Leover Peguero is the only batter that did not reach base in that 2nd inning. Next pitch misses down and away, and the count runs full here. Base is empty, 1 away in the 4th. Bowie trails 9-4. Here's the 3-2. Misses away, ball 4. Second walk given up by McClarty. Now on to Aaron Shackelford. But yeah, that Skyline roller coaster, it's okay. Last season, when our team made a trip up to Altoona late in the year, it was going. And that late in the year, a lot of times you're in cruise mode, so a lot of the stuff you do is going day to day, and you have a little bit of free time in the morning. So I took the opportunity to ride that roller coaster. It was all right. First pitch to Shackelford, called a strike, bottom edge. It's 0-1. And I will say, I've talked about this previously. I don't know if I have this season, but in college and a little bit in high school, I worked at a Six Flags back in my hometown of St. Louis, not the one out near D.C. 0-1 to Shackelford, spoiled foul, left side. It's 0-2. I didn't work with any of the rides. I worked with those little carnival games. So you throw the baseball at the milk bottles, or you try to break a plate with a baseball, or you shoot a basketball at the hoop. And while everyone says those games were rigged, they actually weren't. Very easy to win the games. You just have to know what you're doing. And obviously the people that work the games know what they're doing. That's really all it was. Here's the 0-2 to Shackelford. Knuckled in the air behind home plate, but it's over the netting. That one just a little roller on a changeup, and the count stays at 0-2. But while I did work at that Six Flags, we did get, as you'd imagine, free access to park passes and get to ride the rides. We essentially got free tickets to the park just when we weren't working on specific days. So I rode a lot of roller coasters in my life. That's why that Skyliner in right field here in Altoona, it's okay. Pickoff throw to first, unsuccessful. We'll wait on another 0-2 to Aaron Shackelford as Bowie trails 9-4 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. In danger of losing their 4-game win streak. 0-2. Misses in, just barely a fastball. Count to a ball and 2 strikes. I will say, when I did ride that last year, the thing that scared me the most is when I got on the roller coaster and the kid in the seat behind me had to call the attendant and said, "Excuse me, my seatbelt isn't buckling." 1-2 hammered out to right. This one sends Tavares on the run. He has to hop up and makes the catch. He was holding on to the ball for a second, and Matt Gorski almost tried to tag and go to second. That one, a golf swing down and away. Shackelford made a lot of loud contact, but it's quickly 2 gone. Yeah, it's one of those old wooden roller coasters that you see a little more often from the 70s, the 80s. Actually, I'll go hunting for this answer. Which came first, the roller coaster or the ballpark? First pitch to Andres Alvarez, called a strike. It's 0-1. Alvarez halfway to the cycle with a single and a triple. See if there's a Wikipedia page for it. There always is. Oh, yeah, the roller coaster's been around for a while. Next pitch called a strike, bottom edge. Oh, my goodness. The amusement park opened in 1894. The roller coaster was added to the national list of historic places in 96. Pickoff throw back to first, unsuccessful. And that was, again, before the ballpark even came. Ballpark opened in 99. It is the 8th oldest amusement park in the United States. Did not know that. Oh-2. Alvarez pokes it off the mound over towards second, picked by Westberg, sent to first, and it's there. The inning is over. More roller coaster talk coming your way as there's a baseball game going on, I guess. On to the 5th here in Altoona as Bowie trails 9-4. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Hey, coffee lovers! Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Fifth inning here in Altoona as Bowie still has a lot of work to do for a major comeback. Omar Cruz, the left-hander, continues to deal as the Baysox trail 9-4. First pitch to Maverick Hanley, misses down a breaking ball. It's 1-0 to open. We've been talking about that halfway to the cycle mark. Hanley, he's halfway himself. Feel like he's got a much harder test for it. He's only got a single and a home run. He might have the triple here as he laces it toward left center field gap, but it's picked up in front of the gap by Matt Frazier. Hanley's trying for two. The throw comes in high, and he slides into second standing. Hey, if Bowie needs something to celebrate today, Maverick Hanley might give it to them. He's a triple shy of the cycle here in the fifth with his fifth double of the year. Now on to J.D. Mundy. Lefty on lefty. Mundy reached on an error his last time up. First pitch. Called a strike inside edge. It's 0-1. Let's take a quick look around the Eastern League. Doubleheader over in Hartford today. There are actually two doubleheaders today, and then another one is set to be played tomorrow over in Akron. Reading picked up the 4-1 win in Game 1, and they're just getting started in Game 2. Mundy watches pitch miss wide. Ball and a strike now. Erie looks like they're just about to wrap up a winner against Harrisburg if they can pick up 3 outs in the top of the 9th. Seawolves lead 4-3. It was 4-2 going into the 8th. Harrisburg did cut it closer. Mundy waves a fastball up and away in the count of ball and 2 strikes now. Again, Bowie trails 9-4 here in the top of the 5th inning in Altoona. Portland blanking New Hampshire 5-0 after 5 out at Delta Dental Stadium. Akron and Richmond, again, they're playing their doubleheader tomorrow. Right now, though, they're tied at 2. And then doubleheader between Binghamton and Somerset. Rumble Ponies took Game 1, a 4-run 5th inning to win 5-3. But Somerset leads Game 2, 2-1 midway through 3. Cruz steps off. Ball and 2 strikes on Mundy with a runner at second. Lefty sets. And the 1-2. Mundy watches low, a fastball, count evens. Looks like Bowie might go with Cameron Bishop for at least the next, hopefully, 3 innings. Bishop could probably finish the game for Bowie as the 2-2 misses high. Runs it full on Mundy. Mundy's really been seeing a lot of pitches today. He had that 11-pitch battle with Will Kobos to start out the second inning before singling to left field. He has another full count offering here, and he pops it foul, left side out of play. And again, this one a bit of an ugly one for Bowie. 9 runs on 9 hits in the second inning for Altoona. 7 of the hits and 8 of the runs against Garrett Stallings. Another 3-2 and another foul ball. Scorched to the left side. Count stays. Whatever you may say about pitch clock, pace of game, whatever, this game is breaking that. Another payoff to Mundy. Misses high, ball 4. Man, what plate awareness J.D. Mundy has had the last couple of days.
Left fielder, Christopher Cespedes.
Had that 11-pitch battle to single. Drew a full count into 8 pitches before walking. Now it's first and second with nobody out in the 5th. Again, Cruz has had a very funky start simply because he came in with 2 outs in the second following an opener. Fires a first pitch strike to Christopher Cespedes. Struck out Gunnar Henderson on 3 pitches and then had to sit on the bench for about 20-25 minutes around a 9-run inning and a pitching change. 0-1. Ripped third base side, but just foul. That one, 105-mile-an-hour burner from Christopher Cespedes. He's been hitting it to the left side well over the past couple of days, but that one missed by probably only about 2-3 feet. Runs the count to 0-2. First and second, nobody out. Right-hander now tossing in the bullpen for Altoona, 0-2. Slider misses down and in. Count to a ball and 2 strikes. Here's an interesting story that just came across from The Athletic by Maria Torres and Ken Rosenthal. Does have an impact on Bowie players. 1-2 is swung on and missed away for strike 3. 5th strikeout for Cruz, first down in the 5th. So a tweet from Torres saying, Cuban major leaguers want to participate in the next World Baseball Classic, but do it independent of their homeland. Here's Davis Tavares. First pitch is a curveball.
Right fielder, Davis Tavares.
It's called for ball, but I think that's more because Blake Sable thought it was going to be a high fastball and almost jumped up and then had to jump back down to catch it. The pitch was on the zone, but the way the catcher moved, it really threw off the umpire, and it's called for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. This one driven high and deep to left field. Running to the corner, Frazier at the warning track. He leaps up and pulls it down. Good drive by Tavares. It'd be a home run at Prince George's Stadium. But here at PNG Field, it's just a fly out to left, and there's 2 away here in the 5th. So why that story is important, this article by Torres and Ken Rosenthal for The Athletic. Cesar Prieto is a Cuban native, and he defected to the United States just last year when Cuba came to Miami to play in the Olympic qualifiers. As soon as he departed the plane in Miami, he got into a van and it sped off. And that's how he set himself up to potentially become a major leaguer. First pitch to Jordan Westberg is driven high and deep to left field. Forget about that one. That's a blast from Westberg. Jordan Westberg says goodbye. A 3-run home run. Inches Bowie a little bit closer here in the 5th inning. It's 9-7. 101 miles an hour off the bat for Westy. 393 feet away from home. His second hit of the day is his 9th homer of the season. And he's up to 32 runs driven in, tying him with Gunnar Henderson for the team's lead. All right, now I'm going to stop filling time because we've got a ball game. 9th hit of the day for Bowie as Gunnar Henderson digs in. First pitch. Called a strike, bottom edge. It's 0-1. So this is interesting, as it sounds like Cuban baseball players may try to join in as independents for the World Baseball Classic. We'll see how that story develops. Henderson swings and misses at the next offering, and it's 0-2. Next pitch. Down and away. Count to a ball and 2 strikes now. Bases empty, 2 away. Bowie trailing now just 9-7, a game they trailed 9-2 at one point. 1-2 to Henderson. Misses down, a curve, and the count goes even at 2. I imagine Cruz is done after this inning. He has been hammered for plenty of contact, while he has still struck out 5 batters, has walked 1 and hit 2, including Henderson. The 2-2. Swinging a slow bouncer to first. Picked by Sitta. Didn't have to move too much, and he'll trot over to first base to end the inning. But Bowie, they're getting back into this one. A 3-run home run by Jordan Westberg for his 9th of the season. We're halfway home here in Altoona, and we've got a ball game. The Curve lead 9-7. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Well, it's the most special day of the year at Prince George's Stadium, and it comes your way Friday, July 29th. It's the 23rd Navy Night, presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Join the United States Naval Academy class of 2026 and take in the Baysox as they face off against the Altoona Curve. It all comes your way on Friday, July 29th, and first pitch is scheduled for 7:05 with some fantastic post-game fireworks. The 23rd Annual Navy Night at Prince George's Stadium. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's RADSmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Bottom of the 5th inning here in Altoona as the Baysox dip into their bullpen for a second pitcher. A game that was once 9-2 is now just 9-7. A pair of big home runs from Bowie have cut it close. First pitch to Brent Sitta is fouled off right side. It's 0-1. Griffin McClaherty's day is done, and it was a bit of a tough one for him. But he did come in a situation he never expected. 2 2/3 innings for him. He gave up 2 hits and 1 run. It was earned as the next pitch to Sitta misses away for a ball. Count evens. McClaherty struck out 2 and walked 2. He's not the pitcher of record today. 1-1. Misses down, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Sitta. But it makes way for Cameron Bishop out of the bullpen for Bowie. His second appearance since returning from an IL stint. Here's the 2-1 to Sitta. Misses high, and it's 3-1. Cameron Bishop, a 6'4", 215-pound left-hander, 26th round draft selection in 2017 from UC Irvine. Next pitch, away ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Bishop. It's the first time he's ever walked a leadoff batter out of the bullpen. And now it goes to Lolo Sanchez. Bishop on the season for Bowie. 5 appearances, a 1-2 record with a 4.30 ERA. 14 2/3 innings. He struck out 24, walked now 10. First pitch to Sanchez, a bunt up the third base line, but it just trickles to the left, where it's picked up by Cesar Prieto and foul ground. That was a good surprise and nearly a beauty. But after it hit off of the dirt, it rolled a little bit up against the edge of the grass, and that knocked it back over to foul ground. 0-1 to start. Bowie trailing 9-7 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Altoona scoring all of their runs in the 2nd inning and had all but one of their 10 hits in that frame. Left-hander Bishop fires the 0-1, and Sanchez watches a fastball called for strike on the outside edge, maybe a little wide, but Bishop will gladly take, and the count to 0-2. Bishop is coming off of 2 scoreless, nearly perfect innings against the Erie Seawolves. It was his first appearance after missing essentially a full month on the IL. Here's the 0-2. Inside, nearly clipped Sanchez. He had to kick his front leg out behind him to keep it from clipping him. Count to a ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-2. Breaking ball misses down, and the count evens. But Bishop tossed 2 scoreless, struck out 3 batters, only walked 1 on 37 pitches against Erie. Two. Oh, the umpire flinched on that one. Fastball just barely missed on the upper outside corner. The second called strike in this plate appearance was a little bit further outside, but that one is called for ball 3. So it runs the count full on Sanchez. He's worked full counts in back-to-back plate appearances as the payoff misses high for ball 4.
Congratulations, John Smith.
I really think Bishop should have gotten that strikeout there. I know I've got the rose-colored glasses, but still. Back to the top of the lineup in Matt Frazier. He already has a triple in this game, so you've got to be careful. Bishop takes that half-hearted lean over the front side before coming set. Frazier squares, pulls back, and the first pitch misses low, a breaking ball. Count starts out at 1-0. Frazier flew out to left field in the first. Tripled to right in that massive 2nd inning, drove in a run and scored a run. There were no multi-RBI hits in that entire inning. It was all single runs. Death by not 1,000 cuts, but 9 cuts. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball popped up on the infield. Right side, called by Westberg at second. Onto the grass, he gloves it. Much needed out. Would have been happy with a potential double play ball. Frazier has hit into 5 double plays this season. Meanwhile, Jared Triolo has only hit into 1. But now a double play would get you out of the inning if you try for it. First and second, now 1 away as a right-hander is up in the pen for Altoona. Omar Cruz is probably done for the day after allowing 5 runs. 1-0, or first pitch to Triolo misses inside. It's 1-0. Triolo lined out to center field his last time up. RBI single and a run scored in the second, reached on an error in the first. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball, lofted foul right side over the netting. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Well, this is just one of those interesting ball games where you lose focus for a while, at least from my perspective, because you're down by 7. You've got to fill a little bit of time while guys just go out there and do their jobs. But now Bowie has gone out and done their job and done well with it. 1-1 misses inside to Triolo, and the count goes to 2-1. And I guess that's on me. I already said it earlier in this game. I think it was when Cesar Prieto was batting. Picked up a single after Bowie had already fallen behind 9-2. That Bowie works with short-term memory. They don't let scoreboard in any capacity affect them. They just go out and play. 2-1 pitch. Down and in, hits off of the catcher, rolls up toward third. They throw to third and get the runner trying to advance. That was a bad decision by Sitta. The way Hanley pushed it, it rolled up the line slightly, a little bit into foul ground, but toward third was the important factor there. So Sitta is thrown out 2-5. Sanchez does advance. So he's at second base now, but it's now 2 outs. A 3-1 count on Jared Triolo. Runner at second, 2 away, and time quickly called by Triolo. We're getting up on that dusk hour here at PNG Field. You can see some streaks of orange behind the mountain ranges when you look out past center. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Change up down, and the count fills. Well, that's what makes the upper levels at this ballpark actually some of the better seats. Well, you can sit field side, get a little up-close look at the action. You get a better view, a better vista when you're up at these upper levels. The payoff to Triolo, grounded to third, picked by Prieto. He stares at the runner, but goes to first anyway. And the 5-3 putout ends the inning. Back-to-back leadoff walks given up by Cameron Bishop, but a little great defense behind the dish, and he works a scoreless frame. We're on to the 6th here at PNG Field. Bowie trails just by 2. It's 9-7. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Only 2 chances to catch fireworks in June on the 17th and 18th against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Hope to see you there.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Rolling on to the 6th inning here at PNG Field in Altoona. It's a 9-7 ball game after Bowie trailed 9-2 at one point. The Curve go into their bullpen for, in essence, the first time today, but in reality the second time. After the opener, Will Cobos tossed an inning and 2/3, gave up 2 runs. Omar Cruz took over, was given a 9-2 lead, but since gave up 5 runs in 3 1/3 innings. Hudson Askin leads off and lifts the first pitch he sees toward foul ground right side. Now to the tarp. Matt Gorski, the right fielder, runs a long way and makes the catch, only about 1.5 feet before bracing up against the tarp.
Third baseman,
First time that Haskin has made good contact on the first pitch he saw. He's usually one of the first to attack the first pitch, and it starts with a fly out to right in foul territory. Line on Omar Cruz is closed. 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs all earned, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 2 homers. Cesar Prieto, the batter, and the first pitch misses high, a ball. It's 1-0. And Manuel Mejia takes over for Altoona. Mejia, a 5'11", 185-pound right-hander, 23 years old, from Bonao in the Dominican. International free agent pickup in 2019 as Prieto grounds one hard to second. Peguero shuffles to his right and picks it. Uprights and fires to first for the 4-3 putout. 2 gone. Mejia, 14 appearances on the season. This is 15th. Leads the team in appearances with a 1-3 record, a 5.29 ERA, 17 innings. He struck out 18, walked 12, allowed 1 home run. But he's already picked up 2 quick outs here on just 3 pitches in the 6th. Here's Adam Hall. 0 for 3 day for him. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball low. Count opens up at 0-1. Mejia coming off of an outing against Harrisburg in which he allowed a run on a hit in just 1/3 of an inning. Was that the walk-off? I think it might have been. Next pitch misses up and away to Hall. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Altoona was being no hit into the 8th inning against Harrisburg. They scored 2 runs without a hit to tie the game at 2, as the 1-1 is fouled off back to the screen by Hall. Count to 1-2. Game went into the 9th. Altoona did get their first hit, but the game was still tied at 2 going into the bottom of the 9th. And Brady Lindsley for Harrisburg hit a walk-off solo home run. I believe Mejia was the pitcher. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Hall tried to check his swing but couldn't. Fastball high, and that's a strikeout for Mejia. A perfect 6th inning. That might take a lot of the wind out of Bowie sales as they've been surging. Hopefully it doesn't. We're on to the bottom of the 6th here in Altoona. Baysox trail 9-7. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Bottom of the 6th in Altoona as Bowie still trails by 2. Cameron Bishop back to work. He walked the first 2 batters out of the bullpen, but got one trying to advance to third base in a wild pitch and worked a pop out and a ground out to get the other 2. Here's Leover Peguero. First pitch driven high out toward right field. This one sends Tavares running back. He initially almost overran it, but squares it up and makes the catch under the lights. One pitch and quickly 1 out here in the 6th. Well, now it's turning into a battle of the bullpens as Omar Cruz gave up his 5 runs. Emmanuel Mejia came out of the pen and retired the side in order in the 6th. Griffin McClarty pitched admirably with the situation that he was given. Had to come in the 2nd inning after Garrett Stallings had just been demolished. The first pitch to Blake Sable is popped up on a bunt over toward third, but Bishop can't glove it. He tried to barehand it and still could not. It's a bunt single for Blake Sable, his 3rd hit of the day.
Right fielder, Matt Gorski.
And it brings up Matt Gorski with runner at first and 1 gone. Lefty on righty with Gorski. First pitch. He watches fastball called for strike in the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. Gorski a 1 for 2 day. Doubled in a run in the 2nd inning and scored. Walked in the 4th. Popped out to third base in the 1st. Hasn't hit into a double play yet this season, but he's hit it onto the ground plenty this year. The 0-1. This one hit on the ground, softly to third, but foul. Way too far ahead of a curveball outside, and the count to 0-2. Again, small sample size, but Gorski has a ground-out to fly-out ratio of 5. That means he grounds out 5 times as often as he flies out. Be perfect right now for a double play. It would have been the inning. But with an 0-2 count, Bishop would still be fine with a strikeout. Fires the next home, and it swung on and missed for strike 3. Pitch was in the dirt, but since first base is occupied, Gorski can't go anywhere. First strikeout for Cameron Bishop. Only the 3rd for Bowie pitching today. Here's Aaron Shackelford. Shackelford's had a good day. Both of his hits came in the second inning. Scored twice. He flew out to left field in the fourth. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Right through a breaking ball away. And the count starts out at 0-1. Well, Bishop really seems to be running with what was working so well for Bowie pitching in the first 2 games of this series, and that's the breaking stuff low and away when necessary. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball low and away, and it's 0-2. Because Altoona just hasn't been able to pick it up. Leover Peguero has been the biggest culprit of that. He's so far 2 for 13 in this series, and he just can't find anything on the bottom of the zone. Runner takes off. The 0-2 is waved at for strike 3. Bishop just fed him the same 3 pitches, and Shackelford went chasing at all of them. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. Bishop's got 2 on the day. We're on to the 7th here in Altoona. Bowie hoping to get the offense going. They trail 9-7. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Hey, Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
We're on to the 7th inning here in Altoona, a 2-run game. Maverick Handley leads it off for Bowie. He's a triple shy of the cycle on a 3-for-3 day. First pitch home from right-hander Emmanuel Mejia is a check swing, called strike on the bottom edge of the zone anyway, a breaking ball. Count opens at 0-1. RBI single in the first for Maverick, 2-run home run in the third, a double and a run scored in the fifth as Bowie trails 9-7. Here's the 0-1. Flared over to the right side and through the gap for a base hit. It's not a triple, but a 4-hit day for Maverick Handley is about the next best thing that you could ask for. A lead-off single for the right-hander, and the tying run comes to the plate with nobody out in the 7th. That's a sentence I never thought I would say when Bowie trailed 9-2 after just 2 innings of play. So Handley has collected just the second 4-hit game by a Baysox player all season. J.D. Mundy, who's in the box now, has the only other one. Happened back in mid-April. First pitch to the left-hander, misses inside a fastball. Count starts out at 1-0. That's a career-high 4 hits for Maverick Handley today. He's on fire. The 1-0. Mundy swings through a changeup low. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Mundy has reached 3 times today. Singled in the second after an 11-pitch battle. Reached on an error in the third and drew a full count walk in the 5th. Handley, a secondary lead off of first. The 1-1. Spoiled foul on a line left side. Count to a ball and 2 strikes. That single for Handley was the 10th hit for Bowie. 5 consecutive games that the Baysox have collected double-digit hits. An outstanding streak. The 1-2. Mundy fouls it off again left side, and the count stays. See if I can pull up real quick if any of the other teams in the league have done that. It is actually a little difficult to find some streaks of that caliber. There aren't too many. Another 1-2. Mundy watches just away a changeup. That's a close one. And the count goes even at 2. So it's now 5 consecutive games. That actually ties Bowie for the second longest streak in the league. Akron has a 6-game streak at one point this season. The 2-2 misses down and away, and Mundy runs the count full for the second consecutive plate appearance. Runner at first, nobody out here in the top of the 7th. The payoff from Mejia. Swing and a miss. Curveball inside, and Mundy is down on strikes. That's a good bounce back pitch for Mejia. His second strikeout. Now here's Christopher Cespedes. Righty on righty. As the first pitch comes in, and Cespedes bounces it high over to short. Too high to be a double play. No, they send it to second for 1, but that will be it. Triolo wanted to get the lead runner, and he did get him. 6-4 put out on the choice to get Hanley, but Cespedes gets to first. He didn't even draw a throw. That's the second out of the inning, and now Davis Tavares will step in. That was a risky play. Triolo had to throw it at an angle behind him, but still got it there. Tavares 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch. This one skied out toward right center field, sending the outfielders on a run. Gorski looks up, and this one is gone! Davis Tavares ties the game up. A 2-run bomb here in the top of the 7th inning. It's 9-9. Are you kidding me? His first Double-A home run, a 103-mile-an-hour rocket, 414 feet away from home. Wasted no time, and what was Mejia thinking? A middle fastball that Tavares just sent right on out of here. Back to the top of the lineup in Jordan Westberg. First pitch, he drills it high to right, but this one's foul. Out toward the warning track, Brent Sitta. First baseman watches it tail out of play. Jordan Westberg had a 3-run home run that inched Bowie closer back in the 5th inning. A 9-run second for Altoona, and it's since been eliminated. Bowie has scored 7 consecutive runs. A blown save for Mejia as the 0-1 comes in, and it's served on a line out toward right center field, down for a base hit and scooped up by Matt Gorski. A 3-hit day for Jordan Westberg, his first 3-hit day of the season. And the go-ahead run is aboard for Bowie here in the top of the 7th inning. How about the fight in this team? I won't shy away from the fact that I had started to write them out after that 9-run second inning. It's tough to watch, but Bowie, they saw no issue with it. They knew what they were capable of. Here's Gunnar Henderson. First pitch home. He watches a called strike on a fastball bottom edge. It's 0-1. Right-hander opens up in the bullpen for Altoona. He'd be the second true reliever out of the pen, 3rd overall when he comes in. Here's the 0-1. Henderson checks his swing on a high fastball, more of a flinch, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Henderson 1 for 3 on the day, singled to right field in the 1st inning. Got hit by a pitch in the 4th. Next pitch, Henderson went around, tried to pull back on a fastball low, but couldn't get there. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Runner at first, 2 away in what's now a tie game. The 1-2 from Mejia. Westberg takes off, and Henderson crushes it to right. Gorski's running back. He looks up, and it's gone! Gunnar Henderson says goodbye. A go-ahead 2-run home run for his 8th of the season. Bowie leads 11-9. Are you kidding me? 106 miles an hour off the bat and 395 feet away from home plate to stun the Altoona crowd this evening. A 7-run comeback for the Baysox, and they lead by 2. Here's Huddy. Oh, what a day it's been for Bowie. First pitch home. He flinches on a high fastball. It's 0-1. I'm going to lose my voice. I gotta calm down. 1-0 to start as Hudson's 0 for 2 on the day. Tough outing for Mejia. Not much more to be said about that. Here's the 1-0. Fouled off, left side, and the count goes to 2-0. Or 1-1, rather. If I can... See, I'm losing my track here. Deprived myself of oxygen while screaming about Gunnar Henderson's go-ahead home run. Here's the next pitch. Haskins swings and misses on a breaking ball low. The count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. A pair of 2-run home runs for Bowie here in the top of the 7th, helping them climb out of that 9-2 hole as they lead 11-9. 1-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. The inning is over, and it's time to stretch here at PNG Field as the Baysox, down by 7, now lead by 2. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
Hey, Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
That's right, it's Dynamite Night at Prince George's Stadium on Friday, July 15th. Meet legendary actor and comedian Jimmy J.J. Walker, star of the 1970s hit Good Times, with a special VIP meet and greet package available. That's Friday, July 15th for Dynamite Night with Jimmy J.J. Walker at Prince George's Stadium. So head to Baysox.com right now to get your tickets and learn more. Bottom of the 7th inning here in Altoona. A brand new ball game now back in favor of the Baysox. They led 2-0, trailed 9-2, and Matt Sabatis with you. Sorry about that. Kicked off the outlet for a very quick moment. The Baysox turning back to Cameron Bishop for the bottom of the 7th. Fires a first pitch foul. Over to third baseman Andres Alvarez. Next offering misses away for a ball. The count evens at a ball and a strike. It's 7-8-9 due up in this inning for Altoona as the next pitch to Alvarez misses low. Count goes to 2-1. Well, it's been quite the day for Bowie. Quite the day for me, too. Was spending a couple of innings talking about the history of this ballpark and the amusement park in right field. Meanwhile, Bowie was staging a 9-run rally. The 2-1 called a strike on a changeup away. Count goes even at 2. I've definitely learned my lesson, I'll say that much. Alvarez riding a 2-for-3 day. He has one of the hardest legs of the cycle done. A single and a triple, but this late in the game, he might be out of luck. Does have 2 runs driven in and 1 scored. The 2-2. In there, strike 3. Got him with a changeup outside. Bishop has struck out the last 3 batters. So far, 2 1/3 scoreless innings for Cameron. He's a winning pitcher at the moment. If he can finish this one out, it'd be quite the day for Bishop. But it'd be tough to see him going 5 innings. As Brent Sitta digs in as the first pitch is a curveball, misses up and away for a ball. It's 1-0. And when Cameron Bishop came out to work, it really seemed like he would only be tossing 4 innings. Didn't think he'd be called upon for a bottom of the 9th. Next pitch to Sitta misses inside, and the count goes to 2-0. 11-9, Bowie leads here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bases empty, 1 away. Here's the 2-0. Fastball called a strike in the lower outside corner. Count to 2-1. Yeah, Bishop's season long is 4 innings. Of course, he has starting experience and a career high 8 innings, but obviously he can't get that here. Hope he doesn't get that here. The 2-1. Half swing, an appeal on a pitch away. He didn't go. Fastball misses, so the count goes to 3 and a strike. Hitters count to Sitta. The next offering is fouled off just a piece to the screen. Count runs full. First full count that Bishop has worked to since Lolo Sanchez in the 5th inning. That was just the second batter that Bishop faced. He walked the first 2 batters. One was caught trying to advance on a pitch in the dirt, and he got a ground out and a pop out for a scoreless frame. 3-2, misses low for ball 4. So Bishop has now walked 3 batters. 2 of them have been Brent Sitta. That's 5 total walks for Bowie pitching this evening. Number 9 batter Lolo Sanchez. 0 for 2 on the day, but has reached twice and scored. First pitch. Misses in. Count starts at 1-0. Sanchez reached on an error in the second. He ended the second inning later when he flew out to left field. That was a 9-run frame for Altoona that has since been erased. 11-9, Bowie leads here in the 7th. Here's a poke out towards shallow right center, no man's land, and it's down for a base hit. Davis Tavares tried to deke out the runner. He put his hand up as if he was about to catch it, but Brent Sitta wasn't fooled. Sitta just cruised to second base and stopped there. That's an experienced kind of play, though, for Davis Tavares. Tried to see if he could make Sitta start back to second base, and who knows if he did. Tavares would have fired it to second, see if he could have forced out the runner. But all he can do is dream. It goes back to the top of the lineup now, though, in Matt Frazier. 1 for 3 on the day with a triple and a run driven in. Also has 1 score. The first pitch is a wide changeup called for strike, and it's 0-1 to start. Right-hander still loosening in the bullpen for Altoona, so Emmanuel Mejia is probably done after blowing the save. The 0-1 on its way. Fastball called a strike low. Oh, that was not a good call. If I'm going to complain about the umpires when Bowie is at the plate, I've got to at least do due diligence and call out when Altoona gets a call that they really shouldn't have. That should have been a ball. The 0-2. Frazier flares it out to left, but it hangs up just enough. Christopher Cespedes gloves at the chest. There's 2 away. Now Jared Triolo. 4 home runs in this game for the Baysox. You'd think Altoona might have a better read on their ballpark, but they have been held without all series. They've been picking up triples, and that's something that's a lot more common at this ballpark, but they haven't been picking up the long balls. First pitch to Triolo. Misses low, and the count starts at 1-0. Triolo, 1 for 4. Singled a homer run in the second, scored himself in that frame. Since then, though, he's lined out to center and grounded out to third. Last time Bowie hit 4 home runs in a game was that 20-6 walloping of Akron back on the 19th of April, 1-0. Called a strike, pinpoint fastball in the upper outside corner, and it's 1-1. And 3 of those homers came in succession, and they were against position players. So you could put an asterisk on that one, but today it's been against pure pitchers. Bowie's been making the most of their chances, and it shows. The 1-1. Late swing, poked over to second. Westberg takes, charges, fires, got him at first. The inning is over. Walking a single of no consequence, Bishop fires another scoreless frame, and we're on to the 8th here at PNG Field in Altoona. It's Bowie 11, Altoona 9. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baysox Youth Baseball camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball camp today.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
We're on to the 8th inning here at PNG Field in Altoona. Bowie back ahead by 2 after trailing by 7, hoping to maybe increase against the new pitcher on the mound for the Curve. First pitch to left-hander Cesar Prieto misses inside a fastball. It's 1-0. J.C. Flowers takes over for his first appearance of the series, and Manuel Mejia is done after a tough day. 1-0 to Prieto, misses up and away. It's 2-0. It's a blown save for Mejia, and he's in line for a loss. After 2 innings, he gave up 4 hits and 4 runs all earned. 3 strikeouts, no walks, 2 homers. Prieto fouls off the next pitch, left side out of play. Count to 2-1. Makes way for Flowers, a 6'3", 185-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Orange Park, Florida. 4th-round draft selection in 2019 from Florida State. He fires fastball that just misses high. Really looked like it probably hit the zone, but it runs to count to 3-1. Third base played in, and the 3-1 to Prieto is bounced to first instead. A little bobble on the wrist by Brent Sitta, but he was right there, so no issue on recovering and taking it to the bag himself, 3 unassisted. Well, that's been the only problem so far for Cesar Prieto is that pull rate. After today, it's going to jump up over 50%. He's pulled every ball he's put into play. 2 singles to right field, 1 grounder to second, and now a grounder to first. Here's Adam Hall. Only Baysox player to not reach base yet today. First pitch, Hall watches down and away a breaking ball. It's 1-0. 2 strikeouts. He popped out to first in foul territory in the 3rd, and then he flew out to center field in the 4th. An 0-for-4 day, 1-0. Called a strike on the outer edge. It's 1-1. Let's tell you a little bit about J.C. Flowers. He's made 13 appearances this year, gone 2-3 with a 3.23 ERA in 30 2/3. Next pitch, changeup called strike top half. It's 1-2. 20 strikeouts, 10 walks. He's allowed 4 home runs. As the 1-2 comes in, Hall smokes it up the right field line, but foul. That one sliced a little bit too much on the tail end. Good spin as it touches down just in front of the tarp here at PNG Field. 1-2. Oh, the sun is fully set. You can see little bits and pieces of the heavy clouds still hanging overhead. It's been mostly overcast all day, but the lights are carrying all the load now. The 1-2, oh gosh, that hit him on the head. Took the helmet off more than anything. Hall is okay, but it was a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and Hall is still going to get looked at by the athletic trainer. Lindsey Birchfield isn't going to give him a choice on this one. That's almost an automatic decision. I know there are rules, at least in some minor league organizations. If you take a pitch on the head, no matter how fast or how slow it is, you get pulled from the game because you need to do concussion testing. Hall is just backing up away from Kyle Moore and Lindsey Birchfield while he gets to first base. Bowie does have 3 on the bench right now: Joey Ortiz, Andrew Dashbach, and Cody Roberts. But I'd have to imagine they take Hall out of this game. He's been plagued by just nagging injuries here and there. No, they're keeping him in. Maybe that hit the brim of the helmet. I'm not sure. But it took his helmet off. That much I can tell you. But he's staying in the game. I'm just a big fan of the due diligence. I'm a precautious, paranoid kind of guy, so hopefully they'll at least take a look after the game. In steps Maverick Handley, first pitch. Breaking ball misses away, and the count starts out at 1-0. It's a 4-hit day for Mav. First 4-hit day since mid-April for Bowie. And the first of Maverick Handley's career. The 1-0 misses wide again, and the count goes to 2-0. Last time the Baysox had a 5-hit game was Cedric Mullins. Back in the divisional series against Harrisburg in 2019. Next pitch, swung on and missed. Chased on a high fastball. And the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Or rather to 2-1. If I'm not mistaken, Mullins hit for the cycle in that game, right? 2-1 pitch. Handley watches high. Catcher thought about the back pick, but Sable didn't make the throw. Just made the transfer and pumped it. I'm pretty sure Seti hit for the cycle in that one. Yep, that was it. Back on September 7th, 2019. Runner goes 3-1, a little nubber. Over to third. They can't turn 2 because of it. It's gloved by Alvarez and sent to first. That takes out Handley. So he'll miss out on that 5-hit game. But it is a productive out as Hall is to second base now. Gives J.D. Mundy an opportunity to maybe add some insurance. Bowie does have a right-hander tossing in their bullpen. Looks like that might be Tyler Birch. Baysox will have to rely on him for 6 outs. First pitch to J.D. Mundy. Called a strike. Change up bottom edge. Count opens up at 0-1. Mundy riding a 1-for-3 day. But he's been racking up the pitch counts in these plate appearances. Really protecting the plate and watching for the best possible pitch. He had an 11-pitch plate appearance in the second that ended with him singling to left. He reached on an error in the third, drew a walk on 8 pitches in the fifth, had another full count offering in the seventh, but he struck out swinging. Next pitch here is fouled off left side, and it's already 0-2. Runner at second, 2 away here in the top of the 8th inning. Bowie trailed 9-2 after the second inning. They lead 11-9. The 0-2 to Mundy. Swing and a miss. Chases on a breaking ball low, and the inning is over. Bowie gets a runner to scoring position after a hit by pitch and a ground out, but can't do much else. Bottom of the 8th coming up, and it looks like Tyler Birch will take over. We'll tell you about it after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to baysox.com.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Bottom of the 8th inning here at PNG Field in Altoona as the Bowie Baysox hoping to pick up 6 more outs and cap off a miraculous comeback win for their 5th consecutive victory. It's 11-9 Bowie after they trailed 9-2, and the Baysox dip into their bullpen once more to pull out Tyler Birch. See if he takes the final 6 or just the 3 here in this inning. Whatever he takes, Cameron Bishop is done, and he's the winning pitcher at the moment after firing 3 scoreless innings. Leover Peguero is the first batter here in the 8th, and the first pitch misses down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Peguero, Blake Sable, and then Matt Gorski 2 up. That's 3, 4, and 5 in the Altoona lineup here for the bottom of the 8th. 1-0 pitch from Birch. Called a strike. Change up a little bit wide, but still there. Count evens at a ball and strike now. It was 3 innings for Bishop on 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. 2 of the walks were against Brent Sitta. He's been seeing the zone well over the past few days. Has a 7-game hit streak. 1-1. Check swing, called strike, 95-mile-an-hour fastball away, and it's 1-2. Tyler Birch, 6'2", 190-pound right-hander, traded to the Orioles from Philly in 2021. That was the Galvis deal. Here's the 1-2. Curveball bounced over to short. Backing up on it, Henderson splits the outfield grass and the infield dirt. Rips it to first, and it's there. 6-3 to get it started. Bowie 5 outs away from capping the miraculous comeback. Here's Blake Sable. First pitch home to the left-hander. Swing and a miss. Chases on a fastball away. It's 0-1. Tyler Birch, 11 appearances this season for Bowie. He's got an 0-3 record and a 9.26 ERA. He's only been in for 1 save opportunity this year, and he blew it. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball inside, and the count 0-2. 11 2/3 innings. He's struck out 15, walked 7, given up 5 home runs. Don't want to count the chickens or make bad predictions, but Birch has been on the wrong end of walk-offs this year. The 0-2 misses up and away, a check swing. They appeal, and he didn't go. It was on consecutive games. Birch gave up walk-off hits to the Reading Fightin' Phils on a Friday night and then after a postponement on a Sunday night in Game 1 of a doubleheader. The 1-2 to Sable. Misses low, a changeup, and the count goes even at 2. But that's in the past. And if you followed along with this game, you can tell that Bowie doesn't fester on the past. They trailed by 7, and they lead by 2. The 2-2 pitch to Sable. Misses low, a fastball, so the count fills. First full count that Sable has seen today. He hits 400 on full counts and draws a walk 45% of the time. Birch sets. Payoff to the lefty is knuckled up the line, but foul, third base side. A little inside out on the changeup there, and the count stays full. Birch is just a 2-inning guy. That's the most he's ever thrown in a game for Bowie this year. So he fires another payoff. Swinging a flare up the middle toward right center and in for a base hit. Sable's got a 4-hit day.
Right fielder, Matt Gorski.
Hits aplenty across this one. 26 combined, split down the middle between both teams. And now here's Matt Gorski. That's only the 4th 4-hit game for Altoona this season, but it's the 2nd for Sable. First pitch to Gorski. Curveball, just a piece into the middle of the catcher. And the count starts out at 0-1. It's a 3-pitch offering for Birch. Got the 4-seamer, a curve, and a changeup. Gorski 1 for 3 today. 0-1. Down and away, change, and the count evens. Gorski doubled to drive in a run in the 2nd, scored as part of that 9-run frame. So far, that's been all the offense for Altoona. As the 1-1 comes in. Called strike. Fastball lower outside corner. It's 1-2. Just as that inning progressed, things were just looking grimmer and grimmer for Bowie. It was constant hits, constant hits, constant hits. 9 hits in total. The 1-2. Swinging a pop-up foul. First base side. Count stays. And I picked up on it about an inning or two later is that there was not a single hit that drove in more than 1 run. Every single hit drove in just 1 run, 1 run, 1 run, 1 run. So it just kept nicking at you and nicking at you. The 1-2. Late swing, poked up the right field line. This one's tough, and it's down for a hit. Tavares almost overruns it. The runner goes first to third as the throw is ripped back to the infield. It's just a hard-hit single for Gorski, but it does put tying run aboard on Gorski's 2nd hit of the day. They stand at the corners now with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Here's lefty Aaron Shackelford. Shackelford's actually struggled against right-handed pitching this season. Hasn't had an issue today. He's 2 for 4. But now you've got to be careful of those extra base hits that Altoona's been collecting. First pitch. Shackelford shoots it the other way. This will score 1 run. Might tie the game as it rolls to the wall. Cespedes picks it. First to third goes Gorski. He's held up. But the go-ahead run is at 2nd base. The tying run is at 3rd. And there's still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. RBI double for Shackelford. That's his 2nd double today and 7th on the season. His 2nd RBI today to bump him up to 28. Here comes Josh Conway. Well, just sitting through this one right now as the infield plays in. That's already burned Erie a couple of times today. Especially a part of that 9-run inning. First time that Altoona has scored outside of that 2nd inning. It's 11-10, Bowie still ahead, but 2nd and 3rd, 1 away. Andres Alvarez in the first pitch is swung on and missed high. Count opens up at 0-1. Some news over at Yankee Stadium. Looks like former Curve pitcher Jamison Taillon is hitless through 7. Not worried about that, though, right now. The 0-1. Curveball lifted up the line. First base side toward the corner, and it is gone. A 3-run go-ahead home run for Andres Alvarez, and Altoona takes the 13-11 lead. Ninth home run of the season for Alvarez. Only 337 feet away from home plate, so it just snuck over the wall here in Altoona. Would have been a no-doubter at Prince George's Stadium, so can't really fault him too much for that. But it's a blown save for Tyler Birch, his second this season. First pitch to Brent Sitta, misses up and in. Count starts out at 1-0. 5 RBI for Andres Alvarez today. He's got 21 on the season. Here's the 1-0. Sitta watches a called strike top half. And the count evens at 1. Here's the 1-1. Sitta watches down and away. Count goes to 2-1. This has been a problem for Bowie this season. Their bullpen does have one of the highest ERAs in the entire Eastern League, and a lot of it comes out of these high leverage situations. The 2-1, swing and a miss, high fastball, and the count goes even at 2. Baysox haven't been put in a lot of save situations this year either, which is interesting. The 2-2, this one driven high, shallow right. In a long way, Tavares. Out, it's Westberg. Tavares makes the late call in the bucket catch. Him and Westberg weren't communicating properly on that one, but Tavares saves it anyway, while he and Westberg share a glance. That's the second out of the inning, and it brings up Lolo Sanchez. So now in the top of the ninth, Bowie will be down to their last 3 outs. They need to score 2 runs. It'll be Christopher Cespedes, Davis Tavares, and then Jordan Westberg. Most likely still against J.C. Flowers, who pitched a scoreless 8th. First pitch to Lolo Sanchez. Called a strike. Breaking ball away. And the count starts out at 0-1. Next offering. Popped up, right side, foul ground. Hanley toward the dugout, lost the mask, makes the catch, and stares through the Altoona dugout to close the inning. But now before Altoona takes the lead, Birch blows the save by giving up 4 straight base hits, including a go-ahead 3-run home run. We're on to the 9th here in Altoona. Bowie now trails 13-11. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. Well, it's a special Baysox Live happy hour on Thursday, July 14th at Prince George's Stadium. Along with the usual live music and beer specials from 5 to 6:30, it's also Margaritaville night out at the ballpark. Get your flip-flops, salt shakers, and Hawaiian t-shirts ready to celebrate cruise culture with Margaritaville night, sponsored by Bud Light. That's Thursday, July 14th at Prince George's Stadium, so get your tickets now at baysox.com.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
Baseball is a game of specialists, base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Ninth inning here at BNG Field. The Baysox need one more miraculous comeback after already pulling off one as they trail 13-11 here in the ninth. Christopher Cespedes leads off, and he watches a first pitch strike upper outside corner from J.C. Flowers. Next offering, a check swing on a pitch away. They appeal, and he went around. It's 0-2. Bowie trailed 9-2 after 2 innings. They put on 9 straight runs. The 0-2 nearly clipped Cespedes on a fastball up and in. Count to 1-2. And it looked like the Baysox were going to run away with it, sneak out with a 5-game winning streak. The 1-2, Cespedes fouls it off, left side, count stays. But in the bottom of the 8th, Tyler Birch came in with a save situation, gave up a 1-out single, then another, then an RBI double, and a go-ahead 3-run home run to Andres Alvarez. It's now 13-11 here in the top of the 9th. The 1-2, Cespedes singles it off the glove, or hits it off the glove of the pitcher, redirected to the second baseman Peguero. He gloves and sends it to first for the 1-4-3 putout. Bowie down to their final 2 outs. Well, this one will take a lot of wind out of the sails if Bowie falls after coming from behind such a nearly insurmountable deficit. Davis Tavares had the game-tying 2-run home run in the 7th inning for his first Double-A hit. He watches the first pitch here miss away, and it's 1-0 to start. Here's the 1-0. Misses high, and it's 2-0 from Flowers. I imagine he's working with a little bit of adrenaline right now. Flowers is the pitcher of record for Altoona. He fires the 2-0, and it's served on a deep line to right center field. This one splitting the gap and touching off the top of the wall. So hard hit that Tavares probably should have stopped at first as the throw gets into second, but it's just late. Oh, goodness, that was close. Tavares picks up his first double in Double-A as that one nearly got to him. Matt Gorski read it perfectly off the bounce and ripped it back into the infield. And now the tying run comes to the plate in Jordan Westberg. That was a rocket shot, too, from Tavares. Probably would have left at Prince George's Stadium at 107 miles an hour, 399 feet away from home plate to right center field. Infield and outfield both play deep on Jordan Westberg. 13-11, Bowie trails. First pitch. That hits him on the shoulder, and Westberg just rips the bat toward the dugout. He's not happy. Flowers is talking down from the mound, walking toward the line, and the umpires get in front of him as Westberg doesn't even look like he's staring at the pitcher. First base coach Tim DeJohn has come in to guide Westberg up the line as well, and I'm really not sure what Flowers is trying to start here. The pitching coach is going to come out and talk with him. There's really no need for that right now. You're already ahead. You've already taken the lead. You missed one pitch. Westberg clearly frustrated on it, as Bowie probably should be frustrated, considering that, they worked so hard to climb back out of that 7-run hole, but now they trail again. Both bullpens get working now. Bowie gets a right-hander up and tossing. Altoona has a left-hander going. They only have one other left-hander in their bullpen, and that's Tyler Samanego, who threw on Tuesday to the tune of a scoreless 9th inning. This is a long meeting on the mound. The umpire has been trying to break it up, and finally it disperses. Weren't any warnings issued or anything like that. There didn't really need to be. I'm just still interested as to why Flowers thought it appropriate to step off of the hill and walk toward the line, barking a little at Westberg. Here's Gunnar Henderson. Had the go-ahead home run in the 7th inning, and he represents the go-ahead run here in the 9th. First pitch bounces in. 1-0 to start. First and second, one away in the top of the 9th inning. A double play would end the game. Henderson has hit into 3 of them this season. They play him hard to pull to try and get that double play. Henderson has pulled it all 3 times he's put the ball into play. Flowers sets. The 1-0. Henderson watches fastball miss in. It's 2-0. If Flowers loses Henderson, with the amount of time spent on that mound visit, I could see Samanego coming in. The 2-0 pitch. Misses low, 3-0. Definitely think Flowers' emotions are starting to get to him right now. First and second, one away here in the top of the ninth. The 3-0 to Henderson. Does he have the green light? Nope. It's up and away for ball 4. The bases are loaded for Hudson Haskin with one out in the ninth. Huddy is 2 for 6 this season with the bases loaded, has Bowie's only grand slam, and has driven in 8 runs. Does Altoona make the change? They do. Kyron Madison is out, and Samaniego will come in. So Flowers is done. He is the winning pitcher at the moment, but with runners on all bases, that could change. We're back after this. Bowie has bases loaded, one out in the top of the ninth as they trail 13-11. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Well, it's coming down to one final chance for the Bowie Baysox to pull off yet another huge comeback tonight. A game they trailed 9-2 after just 2 innings here at PNG Field in Altoona. They scored 9 straight runs to take an 11-9 lead. But 4 runs in the 8th against Bowie's Tyler Birch made it 13-11. And as we move to the top of the 9th, Bowie has loaded the bases against J.C. Flowers and forced Altoona to make a pitching change they hope would be their last. Tyler Samaniego emerges. As he finishes his warm-up tosses, he'll face off against Hudson Haskin. Davis Tavares doubled with 1 out. Jordan Westberg was hit by a pitch, and Gunnar Henderson drew a 4-pitch walk. Flowers could be the losing pitcher. He is the winning pitcher right now. An inning and a third, scoreless, with 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. But all 3 runners aboard belong to him. Samaniego takes over as Hudson Haskin digs in. Lefty works third base side of the rubber. He comes set, up to his back ear and drops to the chest. The first pitch, Haskin takes fastball, called strike inside edge. Count starts at 0-1. Well, Haskin plays so close to the plate on the inside edge of the box, it always fools me where the strike zone is. Looks like that pitch could have been inside, but it is a clear-cut strike. The 0-1, half swing he went. They appeal on it, but that's the right call. He went around. Changeup was inside, and it's already 0-2. Second appearance in this series for the left-hander Samaniego. Back on Tuesday, his Double-A debut was a perfect 9th inning with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. He struck out Hudson Haskin. The 0-2 to Huddy here is ripped foul, third base side. That was a rocket shot. He was sitting the fastball, but got the changeup. And if he got fastball, boy, oh boy, would I have gone crazy. But the count stays at 0-2. Bases loaded, 1 away here in the top of the 9th. The 0-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball out to left. Could score 1 run. Frazier camps under it, makes the catch. Tagging from third, Tavares. The throw goes to third, and it gets past the third baseman, but it's backed up. Runners stay put. 1 run scores Tavares. Sacrifice fly for Haskin is the second out here in the 9th inning, and it's a one-run game. Bowie trails 13-12. 24th RBI this season for Hudson. And now here's Cesar Prieto. He's hit the left-handers well. 2 for 3 against them in his young AA career, including a single today against Omar Cruz. He's 2 for 4 overall this evening. First pitch, Prieto bounces it over to second, could end the game. Peguero gloves at the chest, underhands to first, and that's it. Bowie nearly pulls off the improbable comeback, but they blow it in the 8th. Altoona wins 13-12. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Savanas.
Well, really tough to say it in a positive manner. A deflating loss for the Bowie Baysox tonight after experiencing probably some of the highest highs and the lowest lows that they have ever experienced this season, all within the span of about 3 hours. As we get rolling with Baysox postgame here from PNG Field, your final once again this evening, Bowie 12, Altoona 13, as Bowie's 4-game winning streak comes to a close. We'll recap this one in depth, play you plenty of the highlights out of it, and boy, are there plenty of highlights out of this one. And then look around the Eastern League, see how some of the other teams have fared, as well as the Orioles organization as a whole. But we go back in time, all the way back to 6:17 p.m. There was a bit of a delay in first pitch just because of some rain that was scattering through the area. First pitch came home from Will Kobos to Jordan Westberg, and the Baysox got rolling early again in the first inning. Westberg and Gunnar Henderson each singled. Hudson Haskin hit a sacrifice bunt to advance them both into scoring position, and Cesar Prieto, he picked it up from there. Right-hander sends the next home to Prieto, and it's lined out toward the gap in right center. This one is off the glove of a diving Matt Gorski and will score Westberg. It's picked by the center fielder. Great recovery by Lolo Sanchez, holding it to just 1 run, but it's an RBI single for Cesar Prieto. He's got hits in 5 consecutive games now, and the Baysox have struck first for the 3rd straight game in this series. It's 1-0. While the Baysox did strike first and win the first 2 games, as we'd come to find out, it wouldn't be so today. But Bowie still did keep it going in the top of the first. Maverick Hanley followed up with a single of his own. Again, a rainy start to today's game, but the Baysox not letting it affect them, already rolling with 3 more hits early. Another 1-2 to Handley. Swinging a line drive shot out toward right field. This one touches down in front of the gap, and it's picked by Gorski on a bounce. Prieto runs into the shortstop, but gets to third base as Jordan Westberg scores an RBI single for Maverick Handley, his 13th ribby of the year. He's got hits in 3 of his last 4 games now for Bowie, and it's a 2-0 game. Handley's really been seeing the ball well. He eventually finished with 4 hits, and he has another big highlight later on in this broadcast that we'll get to you in just a second. In the bottom of the first, Garrett Stallings did work around an error in a single to pitch scoreless, needed 18 pitches. In the top of the second, Will Kobos, he gave up a leadoff single to J.D. Mundy after an 11-pitch battle, but picked up 2 strikeouts and then walked Jordan Westberg, and that turned to be the end of the day for Kobos. He was set up as an opener, so it wasn't a surprise when Altoona went into their bullpen to pull out Omar Cruz. Cruz was the originally scheduled starter for today's game, and he was anticipated to probably go a little bit longer than he eventually did, but he fired a quick 1-2-3 strikeout of Gunnar Henderson to end that second inning. Now on to the big one. The bottom of the second. Garrett Stallings, he got hammered. I could play all the highlights, and honestly, I think I'm going to, but just a word of warning, it's a lot of highlights. It's 8 highlights, and it turned out to 9 runs. So let's just go down the line, shall we? Here's Andres Alvarez, first pitch, a little bloop into right center field, and it's down for a base hit. Haskin gloves the wave around for Shackelford. The throw comes in, but it's picked up in front of home plate by Maverick Handley. Shackelford scores on the RBI by Andres Alvarez. So that was a single by Alvarez after Shackelford led off with a double. And then Brent Sitta came up and did this. Stallings delivers the payoff, and it's line over to the right side. A base hit should score another as it splits the gap. Rounding third and scoring Alvarez, still running on its Averis as Sitta can probably go for 3 here. He loses the helmet between first and second, but gets to third sliding without a throw. RBI triple for Brent Sitta, his 2nd triple of the year. Go-ahead run in scoring position, and the game is now tied at 2. After Sitta's triple, it was followed up by an error, reaching Lolo Sanchez, and then those 3-baggers came up a lot. But now it's 2-2 here in the bottom of the second with runner at third, still nobody out. Infield all plays in. The 1-0 to Sanchez. Swinging a bouncing ball. Diving grab at short by Henderson. Stares at runner. Fires to first, and it bounces in front of Mundy. He can't glove it. The run scores. So that was the Sanchez error. Gunnar Henderson giving up his 4th error at shortstop in 17 games played. Now it's Matt Frazier coming up with his 3-bagger. Argued at some point because the runner was not going anywhere. The 2-1. Line hard to right field. This one up the line and over the head of Tavares. One hops the wall in the corner. This could score another run as Sanchez has the wave around. He's being sent home, and the throw comes in just late. It's another triple. Frazier's 3rd of the season, and it's a 4-run inning for Altoona. Still nobody out in the second. Stallings would still not be able to get anything going. Jared Triolo followed up with an RBI single. Here's the 0-1. Flared right side, base hit. This will score another. Triolo's got hits in 3 consecutive games. A 5-run second inning for Altoona. It's 5-2. Still wasn't it. Stallings finally picked up an out when Leover Peguero popped out to the catcher in foul territory, but then Blake Sable came up and picked right back up with the extra base hits. He fires the 2-1 to Gorski, and it's roped up the line at third. Down for a base hit. It'll score another. Ricochets off the corner as Gorski heads to second base with a double. 7-run inning for Altoona. They lead by 5. So that was Gorski's double. Skipped over Blake Sable's double, but probably sounded exactly the same. That double for Gorski finally knocked Stallings out of the game. It was a career worst day for Stallings, as tough as it is to say. An inning and a third for Garrett, a career low. Gave up 8 hits, a new season's high. And 8 runs, all earned, both career highs for Stallings. Those numbers would inflate a little bit because after he departed, Griffin McClarty came in and Aaron Shackelford greeted him rudely by driving in the inherited runner. Runner feigns the takeoff as the 1-1 is punched to the left side and through for a base hit. This will score another. It's picked by Christopher Cespedes and lobbed back to the infield as Gorski rounds to home. RBI single for Shackelford, his 2nd hit of the inning. After Shackelford singled, it'd be the 3rd triple of the inning from Andres Alvarez. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a high drive to center. Haskin running back a long way on it to the warning track. He looks up and he can't make the catch. It rolls off his glove and the wall. This will score at least one as it goes to right center. Shackelford is around to score. It looks like the stop sign will be put up for Alvarez. That'll go down as either a triple or an error. I assume triple because Haskin did have his back turned to the infield, but the disastrous inning continues for Bowie. It's 9-2. Finally, McClarty would get out of it by striking out Brent Sitta and getting Lolo Sanchez to fly out to left field. Omar Cruz was back to work for Altoona, but of course he was on the bench for a very long time over that lengthy second inning that saw 13 batters come to the plate, 9 runs to score on 9 hits. While Cruz did strike out Hudson Haskin looking to open the third inning, Cesar Prieto singled to right field, starting a 2-hit day for him, or I should say concluding a 2-hit day for him after his RBI single in the first. Adam Hall popped out to first, and then Maverick Hanley came up, and he started what turned out to be what could be the most miraculous comeback for Bowie all season. Here's the 1-1. This one driven high and deep to left, sends Frazier on the run. He looks up and it's gone. Maverick Hanley says goodbye. His third home run of the season is a 2-run shot here in the third. Bowie's back on the board. Altoona still leads 9-4. Still a 5-run game at that point, and still a lot of ground to cover for Bowie when Omar Cruz pitched a perfect fourth inning, or a scoreless fourth inning, I should say. Looked like the Baysox could be running out of steam, but that wouldn't be the case. In the top of the fifth, Mahanley followed up with a double. He was a triple shy of the cycle when he finished the day. J.D. Mundy drew a walk, but then Cruz picked up 2 quick outs. Looked like he might get out of that frame again, but Jordan Westberg came up, and he was not content with the way the score sat. Major leaguer. First pitch to Jordan Westberg is driven high and deep to left field. Forget about that one. Jordan Westberg says goodbye. A 3-run home run inches Bowie a little bit closer here in the 5th inning. It's 9-7. So now just a 2-run game, and things were actually starting to look reasonable for the Baysox. Cruz was done after the 5th inning, and Manuel Mejia took over for Altoona, and he pitched a perfect 6th. All while this was going on, McClarty was able to settle, tossed a scoreless 3rd and 4th, handed things off to Cameron Bishop, who tossed a scoreless 5th and 6th. And in the 7th, against Mejia, while Maverick Hanley did lead off with a single, he was taken out on a fielder's choice, rather. He was taken out on a fielder's choice for the second out of the inning. Christopher Cespedes was at first base, and Davis Tavares, who had started his Double-A career 0 for 7, came up and delivered a big hit for his first in Double-A. First pitch. This one skied out toward right center field, sending the outfielders on a run. Gorski looks up, and this one is gone! Davis Tavares ties the game up. A 2-run bomb here in the top of the 7th inning. It's 9-9. Are you kidding me? His first Double-A home run, a 103-mile-an-hour rocket, 414 feet away from home. Oh, the Baysox wouldn't be done there. No kidding. 2-out single by Jordan Westberg, and one of the best players that's doing it at just his young age of 20, Gunnar Henderson. He came up and gave Bowie the lead. The 1-2 from Mejia. Westberg takes off, and Henderson crushes it to right. Gorski's running back. He looks up, and it's gone! Gunnar Henderson says goodbye! A go-ahead 2-run home run for his 8th of the season! Bowie leads 11-9! Are you kidding me? No, seriously, wasn't kidding you there. Was not kidding you. Pair of 2-run home runs with 2 outs. Bowie put 4 on in the 7th inning. 9 straight runs to come back from that 9-2 deficit to lead 11-9. As Bishop fired a scoreless bottom of the 7th, he did give up a couple of base runners, but worked around them. Game moved on to the 8th inning when J.C. Flowers came out of the pen. Did hit one batter, Adam Hall, but he kept Hall stranded at second base and sent the game to the bottom of the 8th. Tyler Burge came out, got a quick ground out of Leover Peguero, but then gave up a single to Blake Sable and another to Matt Gorski. An RBI double to Aaron Shackelford put runners at second and third with only 1 away. That runner at third was a tying run. That runner at second was a go-ahead run. And Andres Alvarez, he brought both of them home and brought himself home. Not worried about that, though, right now. The 0-1. Curveball lifted up the line, first base side toward the corner, and it is gone. A 3-run go-ahead home run for Andres Alvarez, and Altoona takes the 13-11 lead. You could hear me just try to will it to being foul. You could just hear it in my voice. I even almost started to say foul as that one went up. It looked like the umpires were waiting a second to finally make that call. But a 4-run inning for Altoona to jump ahead back to a 2-run advantage. And as the game went to the bottom of the ninth, the Baysox did get an opportunity. A 1-out double by Davis Tavares. Jordan Westberg was hit by a pitch, and Gunnar Henderson walked. That knocked J.C. Flowers out of the game and brought in Tyler Samanego. Hudson Haskin lifted a ball to the left field that drove in Tavares on a sacrifice fly, and it brought up Cesar Prieto with the tying run at second base and 2 away. He's 2 for 4 overall this evening. First pitch, Prieto bounces it over to second, could end the game. Peguero gloves at the chest, underhands to first, and that's it. Bowie nearly pulls off the improbable comeback, but they blow it in the 8th. Altoona wins 13-12. So there's your final. Bowie scores 12 runs on 14 hits. They committed 2 errors and left on 10. Altoona scores 13 runs on 16 hits with 1 error. They left on 8. J.C. Flowers is the winning pitcher. He falls to 3-3. Tyler Birch is the losing pitcher. He falls to 0-4. All 4 of his losses have come in his last 5 appearances. Tyler Samanego picks up the save. It's his first here in just his second Double-A appearance. Game was played in 3 hours and 9 minutes in front of a paid attendance at PNG Field of 3,024. With the loss, Bowie falls to 18-28. Their 4-game winning streak is over. They're now 7-13 when playing on the road, 5-11 in games decided by 1 run. With the win, Altoona moves to 23-25 on the year. Their 4-game losing streak is over, as the Curve are now 12-12 when playing in front of the home crowds, and 8-10 in games decided by 1 run. 2 sides back at it again tomorrow for Game 4 of this series. We'll get you a preview of that one in a little bit. But for now, we step aside here on Baysox Postgame, and when we return, we'll look around the Eastern League and the Orioles organization, get you some final scores. Once more, your final tonight at PNG Field, it's Altoona 13, Bowie 12. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Saturday, July 2nd and Sunday, July 3rd. It's 2 of the largest fireworks shows of the season, all a part of the Baysox Independence Day weekend celebration. On Saturday, it's the post-game spectacular, sponsored by Royal Farms, and on Sunday, it's the Baysox Independence Day celebration with the biggest fireworks show of the season, sponsored by Johns Hopkins Community Physicians. 2 straight days of post-game fireworks at Prince George's Stadium, and you don't want to miss it, so get your tickets now at baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Back to PNG Field one final time here on Baysox Postgame as we wrap up what's been really no other way to put it, a deflating day for Baysox baseball after falling behind 9-2, climbing back up to take an 11-9 lead, and eventually losing 13-12. As we take a look around the Eastern League, 2 games still in action rather, both parts of a doubleheader. The rest of the league has come to a close. Hartford and Reading about to wrap up the second game of their twin bill. Reading is looking for the sweep. They picked up a 4-1 win in Game 1, and the Fightins now lead 1-0 in the bottom of the 7th in Game 2 at Dunkin' Donuts Park. Hartford does have the tying run at first base with nobody out. Erie was able to just scoot past Harrisburg today. They had a 2-0 lead early. Harrisburg tied it at 2 in the 5th. Erie took a 4-2 lead in the 6th, and Harrisburg got it within 1 run in the 8th. But Erie held on for a 4-3 win. The Seawolves are now on 3 straight wins after the Baysox closed out their series with Erie on 2 wins last week. It was 10 innings and a miraculous walk-off for the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. What a comeback for New Hampshire, as Portland led 4-0 at the stretch, but New Hampshire put on 1 run in the 7th to start to trickle through, and then put on... Wait, how did that happen? This box score is clearly wrong because it says New Hampshire scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th, so they would have led 5-4 at the end of the game. There's something clearly wrong with this box score because it says Portland only had 4 runs over the first 9 innings, while New Hampshire had 5 runs over the first 9 innings, but somehow the game went 10 innings, and it says New Hampshire won 8-7. Well, it looks like New Hampshire won. That much I can tell you, but I'm not sure how this box score is messing up right now. But it's a win for New Hampshire. That much I can tell you. Richmond and Akron are set to play a doubleheader tomorrow. They were rained out yesterday and decided to move the Twin Bill to Friday instead of today. Richmond is headed into that doubleheader with a win and on a 3-game winning streak. They put on 3 runs in the 6th and again in the 7th to cruise past Akron 8-4. Those are some much-needed wins for Richmond and for the Erie Seawolves, because now at the end of the day, Erie is going to take a half-game lead over the Rubber Ducks in the Southwest Division standings, leapfrogging the top team in the division. And it's one other doubleheader in the league. Somerset and Binghamton, they are ticketed for a split tonight, as Binghamton took Game 1 5-3 behind a 4-run 5th inning. But right now, Somerset is leading in the bottom of the 8th, a game that was tied at 3. After the first 7, the Patriots put on 3 runs in the top of the 8th. Binghamton has 3 outs to try and work with to see if they can tie the game and send it into a second extra inning. But right now it's 6-3, Patriots on top. Around the Orioles organization, there's a handful of games closed out. There was a little bit of news in the O's system with Grayson Rodriguez. I think it was a right lat strain that they finally diagnosed him as. He went up to Baltimore to get some tests after leaving his start in Norfolk early yesterday. There's not been a timetable released just yet. Mike Elias said, obviously, with the 22-year-old Rodriguez, they're going to take things very, very cautiously. But there is 1 game still in action and 2 games final in the Orioles organization. It was another come-from-behind win for Aberdeen today. They trailed 1-0 after 7 to the Hudson Valley Renegades out in Aberdeen, but put on 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th to win 2-1 the final there. Norfolk, did they walk off? They did. Oh, goodness. How do you like that? It was a Patrick Dorian 3-run walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th inning to knock off the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp this afternoon. 7-4. Norfolk is inching a little bit closer to 500. They're 24-27. Same can't be said about Delmarva, unfortunately. They've been giving up plenty of offense today to Myrtle Beach, as they're in the bottom of the 8th down there in South Carolina. Myrtle Beach leads Delmarva 10-3. But again, the score we care about most on this production is that of Bowie's, and unfortunately, it just didn't go their way tonight. Nearly one of the best comebacks in ages, just lost in the 8th inning as Bowie falls today, 12-13. Oh, it's just hard to even say properly with how tough of a loss it is. But it is what it is, and Bowie, with the short-term memory that they're so good at, will have to look ahead to tomorrow. It's a 6 o'clock first pitch for Game 4 of this series. Ryan Watson will get the start, a 2-1 record with a 3.22 ERA. Faces off against right-hander Kyle Nicholas for Altoona, an 0-1 record with a 4.21 ERA for the Curve. Again, 6 o'clock, that one gets started, which means a DCA Imaging Systems pregame show of 5:40. For now, though, we got to say goodbye, as Bowie loses a tough one this evening to Altoona, 13-12. This is Matt Sabata saying thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game, and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.